Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Timone Show. This episode sponsored by Coors Banquet Beer, the 1936 Stubby Bottles, and Lagunitas Pilsners. If you want a delicious Pilsner, Lagunitas is the way to fucking go. Today I'm here with my guests Dalen and Tonio. How you guys doing today?
Doing good.
Doing pretty good, living.
So, a couple weeks ago, Legends just ended, and then last week, Black Lightning just ended. So, or this week or whatever. But, so I wanted to talk about these finales that we got going on, man. Let's start it off with Legends, because I feel like that probably is going to take a little bit longer, because it was such a fucking wild and amazing show. Like we could recap the whole season. We could talk about. I know Dalen has a lot to say about the end battle scene.
The greatest thing ever.
It's the greatest thing in the world.
Because I remember the week before the episode came out, they were talking about the episode's gonna be called "The Good, the Bad, and the Cuddly," and nobody knew what. Like we all knew what it was like a reference for "Good, the Bad, and the Ugly" or whatever, and we were like, oh, they're gonna bring back Jonah Hex. That's gonna be cool. And then we had no idea like what the fuck was actually gonna happen. Like there were a lot of people that were like, "There's the cuddly part has to be something with Beepo or whatever," and then it just
I didn't expect it to be what it was though.
Yeah. No one expected
That was like
shit
it had to be. If you followed the whole season of Legends to understand that whole Beeple thing,
Yeah.
it's you would know it's the greatest thing ever. Like they did. And I like how he got into like his battle stance. And that was exactly like how Sarah does her battle stance.
Well, yeah, because they were inside of him like a fucking
Yeah.
like a Megazord,
I know. It was just when he like.
That shit was hilarious. Like the way they would just talk, beep-bow.
yeah.
And like you hear that fighting like a fucking huge ass demon. You don't expect that shit.
Oh my god, it was so good.
I want to know who thought of it. Like who thought of that invite?
That was your boy.
I feel like this.
That was your boy Guggenheim that thought about that.
Like I was about to say that shit. I bet it was Guggenheim, and like everyone thought like, and this is just one of like the fucking spitball ideas that actually panned out.
Yeah. Oh, he did get that time. So if it was him, if he's the one that pitched it,
the Viking people were all like, "Oh, our god has returned" and all that shit, dude. That was awesome.
Yeah, they were like, "Of course he's winning. He's our god."
Oh my god! But recapping on this whole entire season, dude, like. I had no idea what I was going to think of it from the beginning because how it ended in season 2 and then went straight into this season where they had like you knew it was just going to be batshit crazy because you had like dinosaurs and everybody was just running around fucking Central City and all that shit in 2017. So I was like, oh my god, what the fuck is it? And then you had the Time Bureau just being dicks. Like, the whole time you have Rip being a dick, and then I was like, man, what the fuck is, like, what is this shit going on? Like, man, like, Rip should be, like, the last dude being a dick to the you made the Legends, dude. Come on, now, quit being a dick. You know, like, and so, like, how did you guys feel this season was gonna go in the beginning?
Honestly, go ahead.
Oh, I'd say completely unexpected to me. Like I had no idea. I was also glad that they brought back damn, what the fuck is his name already? I forgot. Fucking the other half of Firestorm.
Oh.
Jax.
Yeah, I was about to say Drex, but that's like Marvel.
No.
But yeah, like I didn't expect Jax to like come back for the finale, which is a good way to end it. You know, have like the old legends like all together along with the new guys.
Yeah,
Except for
that was cool. And like, cause Jax had really grown on me. Like, I didn't really care for him when they introduced him in the Flash. Like, he wasn't really that good of an actor yet, and then I didn't really
I
care
don't.
for him in the season 1 of Legends. But then season 2, he was really growing on me.
To
And
be honest, I don't really remember him on Flash. Only bit of Flash I remember him on is him working on a car.
yeah,
That's the only part I remember. I think
that's
he was
all he
trying to
did.
find and
But
yeah,
he was just a bad
Yeah,
actor though. That was just all it was. He was just he wasn't that good of an actor yet. And then
yeah,
he started getting really good, and I was like, oh man, and like they started making him interesting. And like once he started getting good at acting, they started giving him interesting plot lines and shit. And I was like, all right, dude, this is cool.
you gotta take that moment for Professor Stein though, since you brought it up.
Huh?
yeah. I was about to like,
That,
except for Professor Stein,
that still hurts.
I don't
it
like
does.
Stein was always
Honestly,
annoying. The only time I liked Stein was in the fucking Flash musical episode when he was like boyfriends with Joe West, and I was like, oh my god, dude, this shit is awesome. But other than that, I never really cared for Stein.
Damn, how can you say that? Stein was
I
amazing.
Stein was my favorite character on Legends for a while. Him and Sarah, but I think Stein was number one for a while.
And then Mick took over that, right?
Yeah, Mick took over.
Mick was
Mick is
always
my favorite character in the
Mick
whole
is
era.
amazing all the time. Like,
I just want
man,
Mick and Ray to need their own spinoff show when it's done.
that'd be really
Like
good. That'd be a really
when
good
they end
show.
Legends, Mick and Ray spinoff.
That'd be a really
If
good
they
show.
do that, I want them to have like the corniest theme song ever, where like he's good and I'm bad and we work well together. Like just like the corniest shit ever, and it would just work because it's Mick and fucking damn it. How the hell am I forgetting names right now? It's Mick and Ray. Yeah, Mick and Ray, and like it works because Ray is so corny, and then Mick like just calls him out on it.
Yeah, that one episode with the Groundhog's Day episode, like when you find out he's writing this fucking like romance novel fantasy adventure thing, like
Yeah.
oh,
And
my-
apparently it's really good because it had her crying.
oh my god, because well, it probably what it might not been that good, but he probably is basing a lot of the characters and the adventures and stuff off of like the legends or whatever, and she was able to see that. She's like, oh, he actually does care about us, so it was like an emotional thing like that, you know.
Yeah. Mick is just the greatest. I'll never forget. What was it in the crossover last year? Not the one that just passed, but the one before that, when the Legends first joined, and he was he was like getting on Supergirl a couple times. What did he say there the first time? Like, why are you in a skirt or something like that?
Oh, I forgot, but it
Yeah,
It was
he
something
has,
they were walking in to fight the Dominators. And he said something to her.
yeah, he has no filter, of course, and that's what makes him one of the best, dude. He'll be quick to call people out on their bullshit, and it really he ends up being like a really fucking like pivotal like like sometimes even like the backbone of the team at times.
yeah. Fuck, I'm trying to remember what he said to Supergirl because it was funny. It was funny, and
Yeah,
like you could tell that he.
I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, it's just funny because like
Dalen's always quick with the info, man. Like,
I'm just upset.
I don't need to look it up because Dalen will he'll look it up quicker and fucking and he'll post it in the group chat.
Just upset that like unfortunately Vixen is gone. No one else liked Vixen, I'm guessing.
I love Vixen. I was voting in the cartoon thing. Sorry. And
That's all right.
I love Vixen, but so we don't have the same Vixen in the CW continuity now for like the modern day Vixen.
No, that one still exists. She's just a cartoon. Like they just have her in cartoons now. So for her, she's in the animated series, and then the Vixen in the Legends is the one from the 1940s.
I know that, but now her other granddaughter had the thing in the finale. Her other granddaughter had the Vixen totem.
I'm actually not too. I'm actually not sure what they're gonna do with that.
Yeah, so that's what I was confused about. I was all like, so they got a whole different fucking
Yeah,
uh
just
yeah. So they have so I was all like, she could have still been the what was she, the water bearer? She could have still been the water bearer, and the other and our original Vixen could still been Vixen. You know, I but
yeah, I just
what I was thinking was gonna happen was I thought Citizen Steel was still gonna like he was gonna go back with her, and he was actually gonna be like the father of or the grandfather of them and shit. That's what I thought was gonna happen.
I just watched the scene when they were talking. Mick and Kara.
What'd he say?
Well, she was flying around to search for the Dominators, and like she used the X-ray vision to see they're inside. And he's like, "How did you know that?" He's like, "Oh, I have X-ray vision." He's like, "Oh, so you can see people's bits with those teepers of yours." And Sarah's like, "Ignore him." And he's like, "By the way, I'm not gonna call you Supergirl. It's stupid." He's like, "So what you gonna call me if you need me?" She's like, "Skirt."
Yeah,
what a
he's so great.
what a class
And
act that guy is.
I think at the end when they were leaving, and she was about to go back to Earth, he was like, "Hey, Skirt, call me."
Yeah, dude. He's a man. He's a man that he's gonna he he may not always get what he wants, man, but he's not afraid to try.
I just want him to use his costume. Like he only wears it in the promos. Like when they do that whole CW promos, that Dare to Defy thing. You see him like jumping, firing his heat gun. He had his outfit then, but on the show he's just wearing his jeans, his shirt, and his jacket. Like every episode, the same outfit really.
Yep, just a jacket, shirt, and pants, and that's it.
Like, why did he wear his outfit?
To make it look cool. He'll wear it one day.
He might.
Even Captain Cole has he modifies his comic book work with the it's like just a buff coat with the I guess the fur around it.
His Captain Cold's is
Yeah.
awesome, dude. He always has the cool sunglasses and shit too. Like he looks almost like straight out of the comic book. But
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
modify it to where it's a little more modern.
yeah,
So they work on his, but with Mick it's just like a shirt and a jacket and jeans.
yeah, he's just like the classic bad dude.
I guess they don't have him wear the suit because it would probably go against his like character.
I guess maybe. Did he used to wear it though? Like when he first came on Flash, when Captain Cole first introduced him, I think he wore it then for a little bit, didn't he? That's where he got it.
I think Mick gets this way too into like the costumes that they have to wear when they're in any sort of time period because he's always rocking the shit out of those costumes and and when you see other people they'll end up like taking their shit off or whatever. Firestorm always turn into Firestorm obviously, but like other people would end up like removing some layers or whatever so they could do all their fucking acrobatical combat skills. But he would always just stay fucking like hanging out with like Thomas Jefferson or whatever, and just have his heat gun with him. Like wearing like the curls and shit. I don't know. He just seemed like he was way too into all the costumes and stuff to even bother with his own uniform.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just looked it up, and he did wear it with Captain Cold, but I feel like that was more of a thing that Captain Cold made him wear. Yeah, Leonard made him win.
He's like, come on, man, do it. You know, come on. Otherwise, we're not pulling this shit off. And he's like, fine. You know, like. What did you guys think about the return of the Captain Cold from Earth X?
I think it was fine.
I loved him.
I like it.
I thought he was great. I wanted him to stay on.
Yeah, I wish he would, but I mean, they keep bringing him back in different ways. It's different. It's like a past version of him every time. Because he's gonna be in the Flash. He's gonna be in the Flash next week. So.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. So I'm guessing it's just a past version of him or something.
Yeah.
I guess or maybe it's like probably like another Earth version of him.
Maybe.
You know, like everyone comes back from a different Earth.
At least they're kind of good with like keeping people like staying dead. You know, when they do it, it is from another Earth or whatever.
For the most part, yeah. But like Laurel's been killed off like 3 times. Sarah's been killed off like 4 times.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Sarah and Laurel die a lot. Thea died once.
You can never keep them down. Yeah, you can never keep them down.
Yeah. Man. Fuck, I had a point about something. Now I don't remember it. Oh. Was it Captain Cold related? No. What was the one girl's name that was the from the Groundhog's Day episode that was the star of that one?
Oh, Zari?
Yeah, Zari. I did not like her at first, and then Groundhog's Day episode made me like her, and then she became really awesome. Is she staying on the show? Is she a regular? Or did they send her back to her time and do whatever?
I haven't heard anything otherwise. So.
Yeah.
I'll imagine. I know. I know Victor.
Yeah, nothing's been said. So as of right now, we can just assume that she will be a regular again because they haven't made any call that like. Well, she can't really go back to her time because if she goes back to her time, she's gonna get arrested and murdered.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, and I know Vixen is staying on. She went back to Zambezi, but I guess they're going to use a different Earth version or something.
Yeah, they're probably going to use the one that's in Detroit. No, wait, the timeline got changed, so...
That's what I'm saying.
So they'll probably have two bears then, and then like they'll probably have like a different... It'll probably be like the girl that was in Detroit, but now she's now she would be in Zambezi, and her sister, the older one, is Vixen.
Yeah.
That was the water bearer. Now she's
the one. Is it the one in Detroit? Her granddaughter too?
They're both her granddaughter.
Yeah, they're both her granddaughter. Yeah,
but they're using the same actress though. So I'm saying it's not going to be. The one that was already on the show.
Both. Yeah, the one that was in Detroit. They're probably gonna use her as the one in Legends, most likely.
No, they're using the same actress from that's been on the whole time.
Okay.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, she's not leaving. I mean, is this that? I was so imagine it's gonna be like either a different Earth or just a different. Yeah, probably a different Earth.
Like,
so it makes more sense.
No, dude, they just fucking flash pointed some shit, but they don't fucking care. That's all they.
Well, they said I don't know. She went back to Zambezi in 1942.
Yeah, she did.
But they announced like right after the episode that she's going to remain a regular. So it's going to be her, Macy Richardson Sellers. What's her name? She's got to be still on the show. It's just they don't know. They didn't reveal which role it is. So I mean, imagine it's just a Vixen from another Earth. They had to do something. I mean,
maybe not a Vixen forever. Maybe not a Vixen from another Earth. Maybe it's like a future Vixen. It's like a descendant and looks like her.
That's stupid. I hope they don't do that. When they look exactly like them, like, oh, I hope they don't do with Steve Trevor in Wonder Woman 2. That he's going to be his great-great-grandson that looks exactly like him.
Yo. Hold up. I look exactly like my dad, and I am his son.
A carbon copy, though?
We should
Yes,
have
So where you
my
could
dad.
use the same, was where you could use the same exact actor.
had like we should have had Peggy Carter playing Agent 13.
Yeah, if they had done something like that, that would have been weird. Like, come on now.
That would have been weird because it'd be like, why do you look exactly like your grandmother?
Yeah, like exactly.
Exactly, like to the T. And then the
That
grandmother's still alive.
And that whole situation would have just been weirder. Like, wait a minute.
Like, because then you'd be thinking about like her grandmother, and then you'd be like Peggy, and then it was like, oh shit, you're not Peggy.
Yeah. So I hope they don't. It's not like just a future granddaughter that looks exactly like her. That's just, I don't know about that. So I'm hoping it's just from another Earth. I mean, they got a lot of room for that. They can really have an unlimited amount of people from the
Like how they have
Earths.
Like how they had unlimited Harrys.
Harrison Wells.
That's
Yeah.
why I was saying the other day that fucking DC CW TV is like almost as big as the fucking Marvel Cinematic Universe, dude. Like they have all this exploration they can do, and they have all the rights to all the characters. So they can just, except for whatever DC was all like, no, you can't use fucking Slade
Deathstroke.
Wilson. You can't use
Which is
Deathstroke.
stupid.
You can't use.
It is stupid because they have the multiverse thing in place, so it makes sense that they would have two Deathstrokes.
Yeah.
Like they have two Flashes.
Yeah.
They're about to have, probably gonna have two Supergirls at one point. They have two Supermans.
Yeah.
They're gonna have two Green Arrows,
And
two Black Canaries, or they do Birds of Prey. So
TV
it's like,
Superman is better than fucking Henry Cavill. Like, come on.
I don't know
Yo,
about that.
no, Man of Steel. Man of Steel is actually like a great movie.
It is.
Like it gets a lot of flack, but it's actually
it's a really good movie.
It's a really good movie. It's underrated as hell because people want to.
I don't want to say it's a really good movie. It's like it's not a bad movie, but it's not like something that's really great.
I'm not.
Are you kidding me? Cinematically, it's great.
I'm not big on Superman, but that movie gave me a different appreciation for him.
Oh, I don't like Superman either, and that's what I'm saying. I like that movie. I'm not saying I don't like.
But
it didn't
Tyler
blow me away.
Tyler Hoechlin, he had more of an old timey Superman feel to him, like Golden Age. That's what he felt like.
Yeah.
Whereas Henry Cavill was more like more modernized, more New 52 esque.
Yeah.
It is a different feel to both of them. You get the classic suits with Tyler Hoechlin, like the Reeves, the Golden Age. So they're just different.
I did buy Action 1000 just because that's just one of those books that you buy if you're comic collecting.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I wanted to buy it too. I didn't get it, but
here's the thing though. I think the reason why that Superman is more likable than Supergirl is because you only get him in moments. Like he doesn't have many scenes, but when he does, it's good.
Neither does he in the fucking DC movies.
What are you talking about? Well, like Justice League was because they were doing death.
How many lines does he have in Batman vs Superman?
Yeah,
Spider-Man had more lines.
Like how many lines did Superman have in Death of Superman after he was died and then brought back?
They tracked it that Spider-Man
didn't have a lot of lines.
Spider-Man had more lines in Civil War than Superman did in BVS.
Yeah.
Somebody tracked it. It's like, wow, really?
But this is why I go back to Death of Superman. Like after he died and then was brought back, like he didn't get brought back until like towards the end.
I look at BVS as more of a Batman story anyway, so it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. It's just introducing Batman, and it should have been a solo Batman, but whatever. I'm not going to get into my thoughts on that.
It should have been a solo Batman movie. It would have made more sense, but like,
and then tease Superman at the end. But
exactly.
Like you can even still have something with Wonder Woman, but it's a Batman film. But whatever, I guess.
Yeah. But they wanted to bring everything together faster, and I think that's what's like killing them. They want to rush it.
Yeah, They're doing too. They're overthinking it, doing too much.
Yeah, they want to make an established universe already, but
which is fine. But you don't have to do it all in 3 years.
all at once. Yeah,
Yeah.
like they didn't lay out the groundwork for it, and that's why it's kind of like blowing up in their face. Even though Man of Steel is a great movie, I don't care what anybody says.
All their
It is
solo
a great
movies
movie.
are good, dude. Like the Wonder Woman was good. Man of Steel's good. Everyone's saying good things about this Aquaman shit coming out.
I think Suicide Squad is really underrated.
I think it's underrated
Yeah,
too. That movie was really enjoyable.
like people enjoy the shit out of Ant-Man, but then will shit on that movie.
Ant-Man was great though.
Ant-Man was awesome.
No, but here's the thing: like Ant-Man, like didn't really have anything like straight up amazing. It was just a feel good movie, and that's what propelled it. Same with like Guardians of the Galaxy. It's like a feel good movie, so it like propels it.
Well, yeah, but they're also not trying too hard with it. Though. Like, I'm not trying to crap on them, but I just think they're doing too much. Like
they are doing.
They're overthinking it.
They're going too fast. It is more what I'm thinking. Like they're going too fast, and they're not laying out the groundwork right.
Like we should have a Flash movie in March. Why didn't we have a Flash movie? We were supposed to have it in March.
Really? That's when it was supposed to be out?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was. Everything got pushed back.
Man.
We're supposed to get two movies this year. We're supposed to get Flash and Aquaman.
See, and that's another thing, dude. Like a lot of these people that are working on these DC movies aren't confident with what's going on with the stories, and they're either quitting or they're just not doing like the best job that they can do.
Well, I think they're going to utilize Flashpoint though.
The actors are
gonna,
all doing good jobs. Like fuck, man.
WB, like they make decisions like telling Arrow right in the middle of their freaking storyline, you can't use Deathstroke anymore. Like really? That was DC that said that. Like he just, and I think that's what was wrong with Arrow because they're like that King James stuff went on way too long. It was like this is so boring and tedious. Like get rid of King. Like why is he putting Arrow in him yet?
Yeah, but then it gave us this animal fucking Diaz, dude. That guy's a fucking oh my god.
Diaz is, I don't know. I think he was kind of slow at first, but up until this recent episode, we got a new understanding of him.
What was it called? Enter the Dragon or some shit?
It was just called the Dragon.
Oh.
Yeah.
He just kind of just showed how psychologically messed up he is.
Yeah.
You can see it. You can just see it on Laura's face in the car when she's looking at him. It's like you were just completely unhinged. Like, he was like, "Wait, you sound like you haven't gotten over that bully back then." He's like, "No, I haven't gotten over it."
He's like, "I haven't, man. Fuck. Let's go to his house."
He's like, "I haven't, but I can control it." And then you just like the way it ends.
It's like obviously you can't control it.
Oh my god, he lit that dude up on fire. Oh my god.
Yeah, and did he figure out who he was? He said Diaz.
Yeah.
He said Diaz, but
he was like,
then he's like, I'm disappointed. I thought better than that. So I don't know. We deviated from legend.
I thought I left more of an impact. Like that kid picked on more than just like as soon as Diaz wasn't his target anymore. He found a new, that was just his fucking life. He was just probably a bully, and then probably sometime around high school or some shit. Or sometime in his life, he realized he was just being an asshole or whatever. He goes and gets a good job and has a wife and a kid and just lives his own fucking life,
Well, it looks like he's single. It looks like he's single. It didn't look like he had a wife and kid.
No, he had kids. He did say, he's like, please. He said, please, I have kids. Don't take me away from them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What was I going to say? Here's the thing. The way the system works is by the time you hit 17 or 18, they just kick you out.
Yeah.
And like the kid looked like he was already like older, so he looked like he was like 15, 16. So he probably had only another year or two to pick on Diaz, and then he like left, and then he has to leave.
Yeah.
So like he probably like picked on Diaz for a good amount of his life, but towards like in his perspective, he didn't pick on Diaz for that long.
Right. But there was probably other kids there that he was fucking with too. You know, they're like, but
Oh yeah,
we're only we're
definitely.
only looking through Diaz's eyes and memories and shit, where he's the focal point. So like, we're looking at how he remembers it and all that stuff, and you know, that kid was probably just a dick to everyone. Or there was probably other like another bigger kid, or whatever, that was a dick to him, and then he's just rolling the shit downhill. You know, like.
I gotta say, like Diaz, like the way he just like the way he just like is methodically is amazing, and that's
Yeah.
what like showed off in this season. Like he really showed off like how he plans everything out.
Yeah.
Like even if it doesn't go his way, he has a backup plan and everything.
Yeah.
Like there's something set up for everything. Like how he was like torturing the guy. It was just great.
He said, "I didn't kill your son. C4 killed your son." I had to rewind that shit fucking like 3 times because I kept on laughing and then missing the next part. Oh my god! And then he shot that dude, and he's all like, "Look at that! There's an empty seat, right?" Because I knew he was gonna do that when he was like, "There's not an empty
Yeah.
seat," and I was like, "Oh, see, now he's gonna kill that fucking dude and sit in his chair, and they ain't gonna fucking do shit about it."
You know what I thought? What they were gonna do? I thought that one of them was gonna kill him, and then they were gonna let him take the seat.
Oh. Yeah,
I
but they're
figured
not
that he was
savages
gonna.
like that. How that one woman stressed. She's all like,
Yeah.
this isn't
I, fi-
civilized or
I
whatever."
figured he would have killed one of them anyway. Well, I guess
Yeah.
when Dewey started talking, I figured, okay, it's
No,
not gonna be him.
you see how much I don't care. You know, you're just gonna die, man. So
Yep.
back to Legends.
We
Oh my
deviated
goodness.
way away from Legends.
Yeah. Shit. We went from legends to movies to fucking Arrow.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
fucking
I'm excited for Legends next year because we got
next
Constantine
next
and
season's
Ava
gonna be
and
amazing.
Ava, Constantine and Ava. Cause
Constantine and Ava
so
and
like, all right, so I was worried about because like they were talking about making Constantine regular for like since Legends came on. I think they were talking about it because his show was off by the time before Legends started, right?
yeah,
Because yeah, he was just in the Arrow episode, I was just watching the one where they brought back Sarah.
yeah,
But they were talking about bringing him on Legends for a while, and as Legends went on, and I was thinking about it, I was like, how would he fit? And then especially when he guest starred a few times, but it was like dealing with demonic stuff. It was, okay, they're gonna have to bend a lot to make him work with the
yeah.
Legends, and so they set it up pretty nicely at the end. It's
Yeah,
like
when he threw
who
down that
great.
shitty fake dragon head thing.
It's like whose brilliant idea was it to open this gate to let this demon out? And that's not the only one that got out. So that sets it up perfectly. Like
Yeah,
okay,
that
I
was
see. It.
awesome.
That's how you do it.
That was
They're
really
gonna be
good.
traveling through time with John Constantine. It's probably gonna be for like a season. I imagine he's probably gonna be around for like one season.
Oh yeah,
And
dude.
then hopefully
While
they
they
bring.
They'll do a good
while they
demon
deal with
hunting season. It'll be really fun. You know him.
because like they're not gonna hunt demons for the rest of the series, however long it goes. I mean,
There'll be a White Canary Constantine Ava 3-way.
no, probably not.
Nah. Ava ain't that type.
I know she's not. John and Sarah both are.
I think Ava, she was like the fan outcry for her. They just like loved her character. That
They
you was
did.
like, you guys are gonna have to bring her back next year. And I think they knew it, and they saw how like popular she was.
Yeah, I even liked
And I was
her.
like,
I even
yeah,
liked her when back in the beginning when she was being a dick the whole time. I was all like, yeah, but
yeah. And I figured like they're gonna up her next season. They have no choice now. If they kill her
yeah,
off, they're gonna piss so many people off. They kill her off. Like, don't do it, Googs. Don't do it, Guggenheim.
Hey, hold on. I gotta say this though. Like, if Supergirl was able to get rid of Maggie, anyone is like free pickings right now, like to get taken out.
But see, Maggie wanted to leave though. Like she
ah,
wanted
They
to show
actually,
on her.
what?
She left the show on her own. That's different. They were fully behind that Sanders thing, but the actress, she wanted to leave the show. I think she asked for like a reduced role, and then eventually she just left it altogether. Maybe she wanted to leave it altogether the whole time, but they just, I don't know. But I think, like I said last time, they're probably gonna put Alex with what's your name, Samantha.
Yeah,
I guess that's what it
think
feels like it's gonna happen.
And that's some things that sometimes can just you just gotta just ignore the writing, or sometimes like if an actor just wants to leave the show and then they write them off in a way that you don't like or whatever.
Yeah,
There's
I
sometimes you
mean,
just gotta ignore like that, except for I know that death that haunts you to this very day in 100. Um,
yes. Okay, so the 100, you see, she had Alicia Debney. She had another show to do,
yeah,
so you can't really hate on them for that.
yeah,
It's just, I think the whole thing is like, you built this up, you finally got them together, and then you kill her in this dumb way.
yeah.
It's like, wow,
Yeah, it could have been better. Like she knows
like
that she had to leave the show, but you just
like
think
Clark
it could have been
Clark
a
was
way
about
better
to
send off.
Clark was about to leave and go back to her people anyway, so you
Yeah,
could have had it to where you didn't show scenes back where Lexa was, and she's on her other show, and then bring her back when that finished filming. I don't know. They could
oh
have done
yeah,
it better.
she could just come back for quick episodes here and there or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the actress said or heard that she was willing to come back the next season or something. I
Oh
don't know,
wow.
but ultimately you can't hate because she had a show that was getting pretty popular at the time. So
Yeah.
what would you choose? What would you choose? A star role or a recurring role? I'm pretty sure you choose a star role. So it makes sense. It's just I think the way it happened was like shitty. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
I don't think they obviously didn't do it on purpose. It's just one of those things like
It,
okay,
But
and
yeah,
ultimately
but when
it did push the story forward.
but
So
my main point was like when an actor just really stresses that they only wanted to be on for a little bit. They didn't want to be on permanently. They didn't want to make it a regular thing or whatever. And then they just write them off bad or whatever, or just write them off in general. Like, and then there's like maybe like a little bit of character arc about it, like in the next episode, like after they left or whatever, or like, and then they just don't talk about that shit anymore. It's not
well,
like
see one
sometimes
thing
you
I
just
don't
got to ignore that stuff because like that's just what happened. Like that character no longer that character wrote itself out of existence in the fucking universe or whatever.
yeah.
Like
I don't really like is when they give someone a bigger role, like if they make them a regular for the next season.
yeah,
Like they say they've been recurring for like 3 or 4 seasons, all of a sudden they're like a regular season 5 or whatever, something like that. Like example I'm gonna use is Once Upon a Time,
yeah,
Robin Hood. Robin Hood was flitting in and out of the show for a few seasons.
yeah,
Then they put him with Regina, and then all of a sudden they make him and they made Jelena regulars for season 4, I think. I think it was season 4
yeah,
or 5, one of them. So they make them regulars, and that's the very same season they killed him off. It's like okay, so and then that season they barely used him at all in that whole season. So it was like,
yeah.
why did you do all this? I don't know how those contracts work, so I can't really fully speak on it.
Right.
Maybe it's just how the contracts work. I'm just saying, I just don't see the point of pushing him up like that and then they just kill him off.
Yeah, Robin Hood was
But
really cool too.
I like Robin Hood, so
Yeah,
that was my kind of example. But then you have examples like there's scroll back to this, but Laurel,
yeah,
how they did that. Apparently, Katie Cassidy only found out like a few episodes before that, and they had no idea who they were going to kill. It was like, wow. So she had no idea. Or you can be cast as Caitlin Snow's love interest, and you know you're gonna die,
yeah,
like Zoom and who else? Ronnie. I
yeah.
was scared for Draco for a little bit.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. But he got out of it before he could die. He's all like, you know what, dude, like hanging out with you guys is cool, but I don't really want to. do this type of shit, dude. I'm just gonna go back and like doing my Indiana Jones type shit.
I still wish he was still on the show. He is
Me
such a good
too.
addition to it. It's like I don't
He
know why
was a
he quit.
guy that was just all like, I don't want to come back to this shit, you know. And then they talked about him once after that, and now they don't ever talk. I'm saying that's a good example of shit that we can just easily ignore. And then he was just there for the ride, and now he's all like, you know,
And you think like he could have been really good against DeVoe because he's about as smart as Wells, or at least up there.
oh yeah.
Was he smarter than Cisco, or he's about Caitlin's level?
They all
I think.
have like
He was
what the thing is they all have different styles of thinking and
of
intelligence and
intelligence.
stuff too. You
And
know, like
he was closer to Caitlin because he was doing like operations and stuff. So
yeah, he's
Yeah.
that they're all pretty hands on, but like Julian was more like a more hands on version of Caitlin because she was more like the surgery whatever type dude. But then this dude, I don't know, man. He was something else. Like, cause he was like an archaeologist and shit too, you know. Like he was out there, just I don't know. He was out there adventuring, dude. That's why I compared him to Indiana Jones earlier, dude. He was fucking. He's
he will always be Draco Malfoy to me.
no, I know for sure,
Yep.
but
He will always be Draco Malfoy. I don't care what anybody says.
Let's just say he had to. He went to Hogwarts to become a potions master.
Yeah.
yeah, he didn't want to do any of. Yeah, he could even kicked more ass against Zoom because he could have just been all like expecto patronum and fucking doing all sorts of other shit because you know he's a really powerful wizard. You know, he was never really that much of. He was never a bitch. Like he was, like, but he wasn't. Like he's definitely a bitch in the movies, but in the books he was actually like a pretty powerful fucking wizard. He was just a fucking scumbag, you know. But
No, I can't. I'm not gonna get into my thoughts on Draco Malfoy in the books. I have very controversial thoughts on him.
hey, well, that'll be for another time, I guess, huh?
A lot of people love him, but I don't think he deserves it. That's
Why
all
do
I'll
people
say.
love him, dude? He's an asshole.
People love him. They use the whole, oh, he was raised by Nazis and had no choice.
Get
Like
the fuck out
bullshit,
of
he
here.
had. Like
Get the
bullshit, he did have a choice.
Get the fuck. And in the movies, he's not even likable, dude. He's a fucking slimy fucking. Oh, dude, like.
He had a choice.
In
Sirius was in the same exact position.
in
He
the
chose
books, in the books, he's okay, you know, because he tries to kind of redeem himself in the end, you know. But like,
Nah.
but
He
like,
doesn't.
I said okay. Like he kind of tries to, you know, but then like he's still a fucking piece of shit, you know. Like he's not a good. He's not a dude. He's not a likable dude.
Pass. He gets no sympathy from me.
He's not a likable dude. But so
But yeah, he should have stayed on Flash. But I don't know. Send a Legends. Send everybody that want to use the Legends. That'll work.
he would have been awesome on the Legends.
Because I'm not really. Because Zari's supposed to be their tech person now, right? I'm not really completely buying that because they don't really show it as much.
Yeah,
I guess
she took
they
over
don't-
Jax's role of being the mechanic.
They show it once, only for Groundhog Day, though.
Yeah, and she fucked
Yeah.
shit up, dude. She had hydraulic fluid or whatever that fucking shit was. Just shoot her in the face.
Well, that was mainly Gideon because Gideon wanted to teach her a lesson.
Yeah, that was Gideon messing with her. Maybe she put her through that whole simulation thing.
Ugh. All right. So last night I saw a superhero. He was black. He said, "This is for the streets. Black Lightning's back." So
So we're moving on to Black Lightning.
yeah, that show is fucking insane.
I found that to be corny, though.
What the theme song?
Yes,
I hate the
it
theme
was.
song so much.
You know what's crazy? Like the dude that plays Tobias Wales is actually a rapper, so they could have had him rapping.
Yeah,
Is he?
he's a rapper. Condon.
Yeah, Crondon.
Oh man, I didn't know that. I'm gonna look him up.
Yeah, he's actually like really cool in interviews. I actually saw him in a few interviews before,
He seems
and like
like
yeah,
he'd be like a really cool dude in real life.
he is. Apparently he and I looked him up, and he was actually fatter before the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna go into my car right now, so you guys will be hearing me through my car in a bit.
Where are you going?
I'm dropping off my sister to this game.
You drinking and driving?
Nah.
I'm glad to get I'm glad to get a second season. Black Lightning.
Dude, Black
All right, hold
Lightning from start to finish, fucking hit show, dude. From episode
It
1
went
to
by
episode 13, dude, hit show.
it,
Hit
it went by
motherfucking
really
show.
quick though. Like it went by really fast. Like I didn't like before you knew it, it was at the finale.
Yeah.
They only got 13. They only got 13 episodes. I was thinking they got 16. Like Legends did that first year, I think. But yeah, only got 13. And so I
thought
expected
Legends
to probably
only had like
get.
8 the first year.
No, I had more than that.
Wait, what? Had what?
I thought Legends only had 8 episodes the first year.
I thought it was like 10.
I don't know.
I don't remember very well about Legends.
Ugh.
Legends got 16 episodes first year.
16.
Oh shit!
Damn.
Damn, you said half.
I know.
Yeah, got 16. So Black Lightning probably get that next year. It'll probably realign with the rest of the shows like Legends did. Like it'll premiere on October most likely. So I think the way just wait a whole half like it can make us wait to January. So
I'm just waiting for a Static Shock.
he'll probably be next season. I know they said they wanted to do him.
Static Shock isn't really DC though.
No, but like there's no longer a rights problem, so they could use him.
They can?
Yeah.
Well, I want like Black Lightning and stuff to like introduce more members of like the Outsiders, like Metamorpho and stuff like that, and so they can form like an Outsiders show.
That's probably not going to happen with the Asian girl showing like the because she had the Outsiders comics in her like at the back of her pants pocket. So it's probably just going to be like a reference, and the Outsiders are most likely not going to be a thing.
I know, but they can still introduce like real members of it, you know, because like on that comic they showed, they didn't really you could barely see the cover unless you like really freeze frame it fast. You know, you don't see who's on the cover. You know, you don't see any of the members of the Outsiders. Like what's
But that girl is an Outsiders. Like, well, you know, like her name, like so, like
okay,
like technically she's an Outsiders, but like you know, they're just like doing it as a reference, like it's a homage to her.
yeah.
So like they're not gonna actually have the Outsiders unless they're gonna make it like, oh, she's actually a superhero and she loves the Outsiders comics because she's part of it.
And whatever happened to her? Did like was she just there just to introduce Anissa to the art of fighting crime and the idea of that? Because after that and just like a couple dates, dude, she just completely disappeared from the show.
Well, she's probably just a supporting role that like shows up not very often.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised about that. I had a feeling that's what they were gonna do. She'll probably come back like later on next season, like a bit every now and then.
Well, I didn't even think about it till just now, just talking about it. You know, I was like, wait, dude, she just wasn't even in like the whole fucking like last half to a third of the show. So.
Alright. Yeah. She could have just been an extra, like, or just someone that they wanted to sprinkle in,
Yeah.
like, just to show off the outsiders are a thing. Like, it was never like stated that they were a couple yet, but Anissa did talk to her on the phone, like in a later episode,
Yeah.
and that's about the extent. So she's there. She's just not gonna be shown very
Right.
often.
I forgot to take it.
So all right, so that'd be cool if she comes back because I liked her. I liked her more than the other girl that she was dating in the beginning. Like, but we were already like we were like she was written for us not to like her anyways. Like she was just written to be like a throwaway character. It was just to show that Inessa isn't straight. That was just her purpose, just to show. So like. we could already have done that with just her meeting the other girl at the library, and we could have done that a whole lot sooner. So like,
But yeah, here's the thing. It wasn't like to show her about being a superhero. It's because she's looking at like more superhuman stuff, and like she's like, oh, like comic book heroes. A good amount of them are superhuman,
yeah,
and they just to entice her more into looking into it.
yeah,
And then that's like when she wants to have more of a role like Black Lightning and be like that, and then that's how it leads to everything else.
dude, that fucking episode when Black Lightning thought Thunder was kidnapping or tying up her mom and shit, and then they had to fight in the hallway.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, dude, that was awesome, dude. She was kicking Black Lightning's ass for a little bit, but then he fucking got the upper hand just because he's got experience. But she was
I thought she was gonna win that fight.
she was kicking Black Lightning's ass.
She was doing incredibly well against him until like he was like, I gotta put in that hurt on her.
I wonder how you felt when you realized that was his daughter.
He was like, dude, she's gonna fucking kick my ass, dude. I gotta fucking take this down, I gotta take her down in one shot. And he's all like, man. What pisses me off in shows is they never ungag the motherfucker. They start trying to untie their hands or whatever first. All that shit could have been saved. This happens in every fucking show, every movie. They never ungag the person. They could have take that fucking shit out their mouth first and then start untying, like, cause all that shit could have been saved just by her saying, hey, both of you, stop.
Oh yeah.
Your family.
But then they wouldn't have. Then they wouldn't have that scene though.
I know, but I was excited watching it, but I was also pissed off at the same time. I was like, this doesn't have to be happening right now, guys. Come on.
Well, here's the thing. Anissa, Thunder, she still wasn't that close to say anything, to like do anything, like to untie her or really.
No,
or really
she was in the middle of untying her hand. She was right next to her. And to Black Lightning, it looked like Anissa was tying her up. And then he instantly went crazy and shit, fucking.
The love of his life.
I know. He'd do anything for that, because even when the vice principal was trying to smash, she was fucking trying to smash him since the first episode, and then she was even in complete denial about like, oh yeah, he's Black Lightning. And she's like, no fucking way, dude. I'm trying to suck that dude's dick. There's no way he's Black Lightning. And fucking, they're all like, just keep an eye out. She's like, all right, whatever, and like and she's fucking not a bad looking broad, and I wouldn't mind her wanting that infatuation towards me that she has towards
Hello?
Pierce.
Hello?
Black Lightning. Yeah.
Are we all good?
Yeah.
All right. So what were you saying?
I was talking about the vice principal's infatuation towards Pierce. towards Black Lightning.
Oh yeah. At the beginning of that, I was like, damn, he has a fine vice and a fine vice principal going after him. But I would kill.
Yeah, and like, and he's not really he didn't even get he's not together with his wife not until the final episode. You saw him on the porch being like a happy family and shit, you know,
Yeah.
white picket fence, the American dream, and but but before that, you know, him and his wife are I don't think they're divorced, but they're separated, you know, and
Yeah.
Now she's used the term ex-wife before.
okay. Okay, so yeah, they're probably divorced, whatever. But it's like that's cool. Like they have like the coolest fucking relationship, dude. Like they get along. They fucking I don't know. They had this. They had like just the coolest fucking relationship. You know, it was all like, man, if only things were that easy with people. You know, like oh my
Yeah,
god, dude.
still,
They
yeah,
they
so,
were so awesome together, dude. Just seeing the whole family dynamic was so
yeah,
cool.
civil relationship.
It didn't feel corny or whatever. It didn't feel cheesy or whatever. You know, like how most CW or what you would expect from CW, whatever. It felt solid and it
Elicity.
felt real, and
It wasn't it wasn't elicity.
it felt cool, man. It was all like, man, you're like, it wasn't like watching Seventh Heaven or like some shit like that, dude. It was all like, I'm like, dude, like that, like I want to be in that. You were like, I want to be in that family, dude. They seem like they were like, oh, that's cool shit, man. You're not like. But you're not in it for like, oh, I wish my dad was Black Lightning. You're like, oh man, I wish my dad was fucking Pierce, man, dude. Like that's fucking cool.
Oh,
The
you
Black
know what?
Lightning was a
What?
plus.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I just added the Black Lightning was just a plus.
Oh yeah, Black Lightning was such a good show. One of like the biggest upsets, like I already like mentioned it in the chat, where the dude that plays Khalil, like he's on both Riverdale and Black Lightning, and he
Yeah,
just does a really good job on both shows. Like every time he's on them,
dude.
especially now that he's playing a villain and like in Black Lightning, like it's just amazing. I'm like, how?
He's a villain. He was a good guy in Black Lightning, and then he turned into a bad guy. And then in Riverdale, he was a bad guy, and now he's turning into a good guy. It's cool. And he got that awesome ass lap dance by Ronnie in the Carrie musical episode.
Yep.
Yeah, lucky
Not gonna
man,
lie.
a lucky
Not gonna lie.
fucking man.
Not gonna lie. I wasn't a fan of those musical episodes.
I loved it. I loved it. I like
I
the
just
Flash one, and I like this one. I like to see people's talent, and I like and sometimes because the singing's pre-recorded, and then they're like, but it's their voice, but then they're acting it out or whatever. And sometimes when they're acting it out, especially Betty in the very beginning song, did not look like she was singing it, but you know it's her voice, and you're all like, yeah. But it did not look like her sing. Like she wasn't good at acting out the singing, and there was a couple times that Cheryl wasn't good at acting out the singing too, but she still had a great voice, and oh my god, it was good stuff. It was good stuff. But what's your beef with them, Dalen?
I don't know. It's just not really a beef. I don't know. It's just not my thing. I don't hate musicals. It wasn't my thing. You know. I just thought the whole episode was just like a waste of time to me. It just if you're just in it for the musical aspect, that's fine. You know, it's fine. But I mean, in terms of for the episode, it was filler. I felt,
Yeah.
and it was just at the end, it was just music masters basically trying to teach them a lesson that they need to be together. It's like, really? You did all this just to make them realize they want to be with each other? Like, really? So I just, yeah, this wasn't my
Here's
thing.
the thing, though.
the scenes where they were not singing were actually like the best scenes, like with Fred and Archie. Those were that was actually like a good scene where like Fred and Archie are realizing like yeah their bond can't be taken away, and there wasn't any singing between both of them.
I guess it's
See
talking
that
about
was
Riverdale.
that was actually like probably the best stuff of the whole episode because even at the end that's how they ended it. I I guess before the death scene or whatever. But like he even went to fucking Veronica's dad and he's all like, you know what, dude, don't try to fuck with me and my dad. You know, here's your car. I'm still working for you though, boss, dude. But you know, just don't try to get between me and my dad because my dad's my life. You know, and then boom, here's the car back, and fucking what's his name, Mr. Lodge. He was just looking. You could see that he was pissed, but then he's all like, man. But you could see that he got mad, more respect for Archie though, man. Like,
Yeah, I was talking about the Flash music episodes. Y'all talking about Riverdale. I didn't see Riverdale,
Oh, my bad.
so I have no idea.
oh man, well, it's amazing. The Flash one was definitely
Seems
filler.
like it. Seems like it would fit Riverdale more though.
There was a
It does.
there was a cool Scrubs musical episode in season 6 that I really liked a lot too. Uh, and that's where you get the iconic song "Guy Love."
Yep, I remember that. It's kinda.
Oh my god! So, but
Go back to Black Light.
I can guarantee for a fact there will never be a musical episode of Black Lightning. That show
No.
is too gritty, too dark, too serious for any type of that nonsense.
Yeah, dude, that's not gonna
Oh
happen.
yeah. You know what actually surprised me when they had that Tinky Turner track by Designer. That came like that was so unexpected. I don't know if you guys. It's like that cabin fight scene, and they have. Granted, I love that track. Like it's a great like just like non-thinking track where it just like plays good in the club or anywhere.
Talking about the whole scene.
But like you know how they play, right?
You're cutting out a little bit there.
Oh, I said you know how they play Timmy Turner the track in that cabin fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy that track, but I did not expect that to happen in the show.
Yeah.
It was a good. It was a
Dude,
good scene overall.
It has a
Like, that
really
was a
good
really
soundtrack.
scene.
Besides the like in the first half of the show, they played the Black Lightning theme song like all the time. Like they would play it like before like every during like every action scene and like before every commercial break. And then I think they read my fucking Facebook because after that shit happened, because I made a status about it, and I was like, dude, if I keep hearing this fucking song, dude, I'm gonna fucking snap and whatever. And then after that happened, dude, you didn't hear it as much. And then they made a theme song for Thunder, and I was like, oh my fucking god, dude, are you kidding me? But but then they only played it once, so it wasn't bad. But then other than that, the show had a really good soundtrack.
Yeah, it did. Like the only problem that I had with those two soundtracks was that they were corny as hell.
Yeah.
Like they were corny, but it wasn't like a good corny because like you know there is good like corny music, but that wasn't it.
That's why I wanted to introduce the show with that corny ass fucking theme song, dude. Because like, I have I have a love hate relationship with it because I hate it so much, but it's just I don't know, man. Like, if there's anything bad about the show, that's the one thing that's bad about the show to me. It's that part.
What's so bad about it, man? Come on.
What
You said this is for the streets. Black Lightning's back. Come on.
It's just bad.
I know it is.
It's just. I really liked the first episode when they cut back to like classic Black Lightning, fucking stopping that bank robbery and shit, and they had the old classic Black Lightning suit and stuff. That was really
Oh yeah,
that was
that was
really
really cool. I was expecting to see more of that, like
yeah.
more flashbacks. But like we mainly got like his dad's death scene and that one like flashback. I think that
Dude,
like
that final flashback when he was like dead basically, and
Yeah.
yeah,
like that was so crazy, and like it made me think about Black Panther when when Killmonger was talking to his dad or whatever, and he's all like, "We're not ready for you. You got to go back or whatever."
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that reminds me of like the mantra that he has, like, and that like he hopes his like students that his own kids are accountable to, and
yeah,
like you go like at the end you realize, oh, he got it from his own father.
yeah,
Those
man.
flashbacks are pretty good though. I
Yeah,
liked all.
yeah.
I liked all of them.
It is. I could have. I wanted more flashbacks throughout the entire season, but like the ones that they did give us were they were really good. They were well
They
done.
were really good, and like, man, you could like when Black Lightning told the dude who plays Dexter's dad and from Dexter, uh, uh, it's like when he told him, like when he was out, like, dude, I need you out of my life. I want you to fuck off or whatever. You could really see like he was like hurt or whatever. Dude, that dude's such an amazing actor. You could see that he was just like he's like, no, dude, I've been trying my whole life to fucking right my wrongs, and like you're one of my wrongs. I'm trying to right. You know, like the fuck, like, man, dude, like come on, like. And he's all like, nah, dude, stay away from me and my family. And then Nessa's all like, you know what, dude, fuck, you know, like he's always been trying to help us out, dude. And then she went over and heard it from his side. And he's all like, you know what, dude, he's like, I understand why dad's pissed, but you know what, he'll get over it. You know, fucking, come on now, like, you've always helped us out, man. I believe you. You know, so like, man,
And that's when he gives her,
huh?
and that's when he gives her too.
Yeah, yeah, he gives her the badass suit, and then she comes back. He's like, where the fuck you give that? She's like, motherfucker, what's his name? Dimney. Dimney gave it to me.
That Gambit thing.
Gamby, yeah, Gamby gave it to me. He rolled his eyes a little bit. He's like, all right, dude, whatever. Come on, let's go. Let's do this shit.
Uh, you know what that suit reminds me of Mortal Kombat.
For sure, all that shit, dude. Remember in the like in the first couple episodes, like every time like Black Lightning would hit somebody, it would fucking like there'd be lightning shooting out everywhere. Like that was total Mortal Kombat shit too. Like that whole show, like now that you mention it,
Like
it
he
seems
was
like there's a
raiding.
whole Mortal
Like
Kombat
he's
vibe to
like he's raiding.
it.
Yep. And if you had to you had to, his daughter is gonna be like the youngest one. She's gonna be the strongest one of all of them. I can already see that.
Yeah,
I can't wait. Honestly, I hope they in the next crossover. Like I hope they don't make us wait till this season 3 to put them in the crossover.
That sounds about right because like they're still like a fresh, like everyone's still like fresh. Like they're not like that outside of Black Lightning. No one there is like really a veteran hero
yeah.
like everyone else.
But I feel like they can make the next crossover. Legends did in their season 2. They were there in the crossover. So I feel like they
Yeah.
can do that with Black Lightning too. And I just really feel like he should be on Supergirl's Earth. Like that seems like it's the easiest way instead of reusing Barry.
It would. It makes most sense
Going
because
back,
they name drop Supergirl in one of the episodes, so it would make a
yeah.
lot of so like
Instead
it
of
make a
using
lot of sense.
the same way Barry got Supergirl when he just ran so fast, he ended up on another Earth. You don't have to redo that. He could just be on Supergirl's Earth. he gets on the DEO's radar somehow.
No,
Well,
they
I
could
don't
be
know.
vacationing in Central City or National City for like a weekend or some shit. You know, like
And something happens, and he goes
yeah,
out to help us. I don't know. They can do like a mini crossover with Supergirl next season, like they did with Barry in her first season. And
yeah,
then he's like, when the next thing comes, she's like, "Oh, I know a guy. I know a few people that can help us too." They
yeah.
go. She goes. She like brings in Jefferson, Anissa, and if she's a hero at the time, bring in what's her name and
Jessica,
Jennifer,
Jennifer,
Jennifer, and
Jennifer.
probably Gamby too, because he can help with like Wells and them what they do behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, dude, with them sharing tech and stuff, dude. But he
Yeah,
could he could he could end
that's
up
like a whole
upgrading
another
Black
separate team.
Lightning stuff.
That's like a
Yeah,
whole other separate. That's like a whole other separate team. You got Wells, you got Cisco and Caitlin, where they're not out fighting. You got Felicity and Iris doing whatever they do. You got Gamby and then Zari. Again, that's like a whole separate team. So
that's
yeah, bring off four of them. You don't have to bring the cop. You don't have to bring the mom.
Cisco
Just
is
bring
a
those
low
three.
key fucking powerhouse. He's easily the most powerful person on Team Flash with his because he's super smart. He's smarter than Barry. Barry doesn't even like show his intelligence anymore. Like when you compare the very
But
first pilot episode to any other, like the dude doesn't show
I don't know
it.
if he's I don't know if he's more powerful than Barry overall.
Come on now,
I
dude.
mean,
He's just as powerful as
I
his
mean,
girlfriend and her dad.
Barry's doing some things now that he has no idea how he's doing, and they're just upping him so much to his true potential.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
it's still obviously watered down because it's CW, but
yeah.
I mean, he's only like 4 years out of being Flash.
Cisco's got like 2 years of being Cisco, man. That dude's doing or being Vibe. You know that dude's doing magical things, and he doesn't even he doesn't. No one knows their full potential yet. But right now,
Except,
I'm saying
except,
right now,
except,
currently in Team Flash, Cisco's got it going on, dude. Like he
he's
knows
not smarter than Wales though.
he's not smarter
Er,
than Wells, but he can't. But Wells can't blast anybody through dimensions unless he builds a gun to do it. Cisco can do it right now.
yeah, true.
Barry can
But
be
yeah,
running at him, and he can just blast him to another Earth real quick. And
yeah, but yeah, well, I feel like I don't know. They need to be part of this crossover. Black Lightning.
Guys, going back to Black Lightning, what I wanted to say, I have a feeling that Black Lightning's not even on Supergirl's Earth. And
He's probably not.
the reason I say that is because of the fact that they have metahumans on his Earth.
yeah,
And like they have two different descriptions on metahumans
yeah,
that are different from, Green Arrow's universe. So like it's not from any of their Earth.
yeah,
Because like they have organic and artificial medicine. So like they
yeah.
have a way of having medicines on there, and they have probably loads of them.
And that's how it
So
is.
that's why.
It's like that on Supergirl's Earth too, but she does. She deals more with like aliens and stuff. But there have been metahumans on there, like in the first couple episodes, and when it was still on CBS or whatever. Um, one of her first villains was like one of Superman's old villains. He's like, "Hey, I've never even been able to take him down, so you did a good job." You know, like that dude was a
Uh,
metahuman.
that guy wasn't a metahuman necessarily. He just was a suit and put like a fucking put like nuclear reactor in his body.
Yeah. Okay. See, I thought he was a metahuman, but I think they have dealt with some on
They felt
Supergirl.
it like somewhat metahuman. One was the girl that can control lightning, and then the other was the one that was like it was a curse that was put upon her family, and those are the only really two metahumans that they had on the show.
Ah.
And like
Ah.
the girl with the lightning powers, she got them because like lightning struck Supergirl, and like Supergirl poisoned her,
Yeah.
and so she got powers through like Supergirl's Kryptonian blood and the lightning that went through her.
Yeah. Like Supergirl was like a conduit, kind of.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's fucking yeah. So like, but that's not how Livewire usually happens. Livewire usually happens from like I only know her cartoon origin.
Sorry, I'm just made the sorry, I just made the unfortunate mistake.
Huh.
What?
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 I just made the unfortunate mistake of reading some tweets. Sorry. You know, I told you guys they switched showrunners for Arrow.
Man, what are they talking
Or
about?
they switched showrunners for Arrow last week, and the new showrunner wrote the mid-season finale, and she had tweeted, "Oh, just so you know, I could have written this whole episode about the wedding." And it's like, oh my god, this is this is a new showrunner, the one who wanted to write a whole wedding episode.
He was like, just so you know, I could have made this to Felicity, but I didn't. Forgot.
Oh, I'm just somebody retweeted her tweet, and I'm just looking at some of the checklists that some of the fans are asking for in season 7, and I'm just like, wow, you guys completely missed the point of the show, don't you?
The only way in wedding would work is
can we see Olicity married couple moments? Can we see them do what normal married couple stuff do? Domestic stuff, sexy talk, heart to heart talks.
no.
It's like no. How about
Not when you're a fucking hacker and your husband's a fucking underground fucking vigilante.
Barry and Iris don't even do that. Like, it's not
But then
about
again, a lot of people in consensus hate Iris.
Yeah, but they don't do domestic couple stuff. So
Yeah, but
it was therapy episode. That was dumb.
They did do a couple stuff. They did do that one episode where they were like, like saying, like, doing the thank you for the gift thing.
Yeah, they don't do it often though, and I'm glad they don't do it often.
What they need to do, they need to go watch fucking Black Lightning and see how to do relationship dynamics right, and then go back and try to apply that to their shows. But they're gonna see like, oh, see, in Black Lightning they can hang out like they're just gonna see them hanging out like a normal couple. They're not gonna actually listen and fucking watch the emotions and listen to the dialogue, and they're not gonna actually fucking see what's actually going on. They're just gonna see see they're eating breakfast as a couple. They're not even married anymore. They're divorced, and fucking they're eating breakfast together as a family. And then they're gonna do that next season in Arrow with fucking
right.
Felicity and William and fucking
hanging
out at Starbucks or hanging out at Coaches.
Remember the
Hello?
The suburb, and they were having brunch with some couple from next door. That's exactly what they want.
Yeah. They're gonna turn
That's
it
exactly what Alyssa wants.
They're gonna have a wacky neighbor that comes
exactly
over all like, hey guys, what's going on?
Other couples like Diego and Lila. Like, they just want to sit there eating omelets, and they're just like
going on a double date with Diggle and Lila.
Like, oh, this is a shell of itself. I'm just, yeah, they're not gonna do that. I know they're not gonna do that. I don't know. I don't care who's running the show. I know they'll never get to that. If they do, I don't even know what to say.
Did the showrunners say
stuff is fine? They're asking. It's like sure.
That's hilarious.
So we give this because they want what?
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, my bad. I think it's that's cutting out. I'm driving to
Yeah.
Chicago, so I am gonna have some problems.
All right.
But my question was, do you think that
Yeah.
the showrunner was saying like, oh, I could have done an Alicia episode. I want to do an Alicia episode, or it's like, but it's not gonna happen.
That's how I kind of read it as
No, the
because I
tweet
remember when
just
you
said,
posted that.
just so you know, I read.
What was that?
Yeah, it just
Dylan?
said I could have written the whole episode about the wedding.
Yeah, but how I
And
read that tweet, how I read that tweet is like
what's up?
she's saying she could have wrote a whole episode about a wedding, but she's not gonna do that shit. She's just like, by the way, I could have done the wedding shit in a whole
Like,
episode.
okay,
I don't
I
know.
I get it. I'm not trying to take away you enjoying this shit, but I'm never trying to take that away. You know, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So it's just I saw some reactions to that episode, and even some of the diehard Felicity haters were completely fangirling over that wedding. So, because
Oh wow.
they I guess they just sort of put their hatred aside to enjoy like the essence of what that was. So yeah, that's fine or whatever. I sat there for 11 minutes, just kind of like my head on my hand, just kind of waiting for it to end. But whatever. I just it's fine, but we don't. It's also a show about Green Arrow saving his city. Like you don't
Yeah.
need him having brunch with couples next door
You think that
every
one line?
episode.
You think
It's
when
not.
you think the line last week when he's all like, "I need to go back to the basics," and she's like, "Are you firing me?" He's all like, "No, but I need to go back." Or do you think that was just shitting on all the fucking Olicity fans out there?
I mean, I would like to think so, but because they've done that to the world. Like you peep it when he's standing there looking at the suits, and if Felicity comes up, he's like, "You think I was leaving, going somewhere?
Yeah.
Not a chance." That was all the Felicity haters. You know what haters. They've done that before, and then also when Felicity punched Black Siren, somehow knocking her down, even though she's destroyed buildings and beat the Flash. But whatever.
Yeah.
So they've done that. They've done it before. So
Yep.
I don't know.
Here's the thing, but like during the Dominators crossover, like they did a whole like they basically shitted on Alicity when like
Yeah.
like his dream life was being with Laurel. Not
Every time
Felicity.
they just did it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw that emotion. You saw that emotion when you saw Laurel. You saw that emotion because he ultimately. A lot of people think that what he was when they were saying that she should have never became a Black Canary. They thought that was like a shot at
But it wasn't.
out there. I think he ultimately blames himself for her dying. That's how
Yeah.
I looked at that whole thing. Like when who was it? Agent Trace was like, "Why do you think after a couple of defense classes and a mass did she become Black Canary? She wasn't ready." Well, it's like it shouldn't have happened. So I think that was just deep down he obviously blames himself for even letting her go out there. That's why he says like, "I know you. I know I'll never be able to stop you. So I figured I can at least just protect you." And he didn't. So I mean, a lot of people read that scene differently, but that's just what I choose to believe. That's just him
That
blaming himself as opposed to them
that
taking a shot at her.
All right, guys. I will be right back. Keep on going, and then I don't know. I'll be like just 5 minutes or so, maybe less, and then I'll get a recap.
so what I was gonna say is that's exactly how I viewed the scene. Like you can tell Oliver really still cares for Laurel, even if it's even like Earth to Laurel or whichever Earth she's from. Like he even cares for her because he does not want to kill her at all.
Listen to this though. This is where I say that it's weird that they call themselves the real fans. Oh, please, no goatee for Oliver. Who would
What?
ask that from? So I said no goatee for Oliver. Who would ask that about a Green Arrow show? No
Like
goatee.
no Green Arrow fan, unless like if they had like an awful goatee, I would understand. But like
See,
he
I
never
don't
had a
expect. I
goatee.
don't expect him. I don't expect him to look like Duck Dynasty, but
Exactly.
I mean, not even some part of a goatee. That's just him. But yeah, sorry, I went off track. Go ahead, what you're saying.
No, no, that's all right. No, I can continue with this. I pretty much said what I wanted to say.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, what kind of fan would not want like the goatee? Like that is
I
like
just think I just think that people that like me who was sitting there and like what was it 2011 when the Arrow premiere when the
yeah,
Arrow started 2012.
2011, 2012, one of those two.
Yeah, sorry, October 10th, 2012. Sitting there early 2012 when I saw a commercial on CW. Forgot what I was watching, and it was like, "Oh, my name is Oliver Queen for 5 years." Blah blah blah. I was like, "Oh shit, is that Green Arrow?" I saw that commercial, saw they were going Green Arrow with it. Like, wow, they're doing a Green Arrow show. I got hyped. Tuned in October. Fell in love with this first episode. I think those are the real fans. You know,
All right, what
the
happened?
ones.
I'm back.
Now I'm just talking about the difference of fans in Arrow. I was like, I think the real fans are the ones that were there from the beginning. I mean, you didn't have to be there from the beginning, but I'm just using this as an example of like the ones that because first two seasons are really regarded as some of the best that they did.
Yeah,
All right, or wrong?
you're right. You're
And
right.
then
Yeah,
The
even though I
first
think
season
season
the first season was okay. Like you could tell it didn't like you could tell they didn't really have like the budget that does
yeah
now, and you could, like the lighting and stuff was bad. They had shitty strobes. And, like just some of the sets and stuff was just really bad. But overall, it was like a really good pilot season, and and then when the season two came out, season two was all like, well, you're expecting it just to go up and up and up because season two was amazing. Season two was all like, holy shit, dude! Like this is way better than fucking the shit they gave us before, like Birds of Prey and Smallville. You know, like because that's the type of shit you were expecting. You know, like and then
yeah
when it
so do you have to be?
when it totally just fucking blew that shit out of the water, you're all like, all right, dude, this show is just gonna keep on going up and up and up, and then it didn't.
I just think season first two seasons were still the best. You know, along with season five, but we'll get into that later, I guess.
Yeah,
But I mean, season three and four, I can't say it was terrible, but
They
it was
weren't like
obviously
enjoyable
it was
to an
obviously a bit
extent.
of a step. It was a bit of a step down. Those two seasons. Obviously, season four is just tainted by something. But you know,
You want me to say it? Because I'll say it.
go ahead and say it.
All right, it was tainted by all the Olicity bullshit and Laurel's death.
Yes,
yeah.
but I'm just. It's
That's
just I
exactly
think
what tainted.
most people regard seasons one and two as some of the best they've had. Even if you came into Arrow late, like around season three, you just went back and watched the first couple seasons, and you were saying, like, "Oh man, the first season is really good." What
Yeah,
happened? I think those fans can say they're true fans. I'm not saying they're the only ones that can say they're true fans, but I don't happen to think the true fans are the ones that say, "Oh, I'm only watching this for these cute moments." It's like, okay, if that's what you want to watch, that's fine, but don't call out other people for not being true fans if they don't care for that.
yeah.
It's like I don't care anymore about this stuff as much as I did, but don't call me out for not being a true fan because I'm not sitting here rewatching 12 minutes of a wedding ceremony.
Dude, I'd
I
still fucking hate on them for fucking trying to ride on fucking Barry and Iris's coattails and shit. Like, well, let's get
You
married
see?
too.
Yes, yes, and I'm so
Yes.
glad that Barry. I'm so glad that Iris called him out, and like a couple episodes later,
Yeah,
where they're opening gifts, and she was like, "Oh yeah, apparently getting married at our wedding was on the registry too."
yeah.
I was so glad they did that.
That
And
was
then they're like,
fucking
stupid
hilarious.
Olympia fans are mad. The stupid Olympia fans are mad at the Flash. Yeah, like the crossover was never about Barry and Iris. It was about Oliver and his relationships with everybody else. You guys
How?
should be lucky.
How?
They
The whole
literally, I
reason they was a
swear to God,
crossover is because they was
I
all invited to
swear to God,
Barry's wedding.
I swear to
Dude,
God, they,
I was expecting Iris dating like as Iris. Sorry, I called her by her real name. I was expecting Iris to be like, bitch. Like I was just expecting her to go off because like who the fuck does that shit at somebody else's like ceremony and
Fucking
wedding?
they did
fucking is
that.
going
They,
her whole
I thought,
fucking ghetto side that she's never even had before. Fucking bitch, who the fuck are you into this fucking?
I thought they would have been like, she could have pulled him to the side. I'm like, yes, I want to marry you, and we can get married. Blah blah. Do it next episode. You have to do it right there
When they were
in
doing,
their moment after they went through all
yeah,
this stuff with the Nazis interrupting their wedding,
Yeah,
all the crap, all the times they tried to get married before, it never panned out. They finally was able to do it, and you
and
felt
here's the
in.
thing. And here's the thing. Barry and Iris had the best vows.
Yeah,
Like it just made it just made Felicity and Oliver look like shit compared to Barry and Iris. It really did because you hear their vows, they're amazing and beautiful,
yeah,
and then like you hear Oliver and Felicity give their vows, and like they didn't equate similarly
yeah.
as Barry and
because
Iris.
we didn't care. We also didn't care though, because like he just interrupted Barry and Iris doing their thing. So I just like,
Exactly.
no. If I was Diggle, I was like, I'm not marrying you guys right now. That is disrespectful. I don't care.
I'm surprised Diggle didn't like. You want me to knock him out for you?
I mean,
Especially after this season.
yeah. I just, I don't know. If you're gonna, I figured they were gonna get married eventually. I didn't think they were gonna do it in the shittiest possible way. It's like, wow, you guys managed to just make this worse, didn't you? I
Yeah,
don't know how you
Like
did this, but you just made it
yeah,
significantly worse.
like in real life, that would have been a friendship over type of thing.
Yeah, it was like in real life, and their fans are like so delusional, like they would be totally cool with that. It's like you would not be cool with somebody just interrupting your wedding. Oh, can you marry us too? Like you would not be okay with that. That is not something you
Like
do.
no one would. Like in
Yeah.
real life, he would have gotten knocked out, kicked out of the wedding, and friendship would have been over.
BT Dubs, dude. Can you do us too afterwards?
And they were talking about, oh, Barry and the Flash should be lucky that they even exist. If it wasn't for Olicity, they didn't say Arrow, they said Olicity. You wouldn't be here. It's like, okay, I'm sure.
Felicity will be
That's kind
getting.
of that's why the Flash kicked their asses
Yeah,
2 seasons in a row, didn't they? When they first came on.
You know, if it weren't for actually, if you think about it, if it weren't for Barry when he first came on the show, and this is before he was the Flash, Felicity wouldn't have even like tried harder to go with Oliver, so
yeah,
they could blame Felicity on Barry.
yeah.
For Barry, probably giving up.
And they could all be dead if it wasn't for Barry running back in time during that second crossover when they all
Exactly.
died. Remember? They all died.
Uh,
But he had to go back in time real quick to save them all. So you wouldn't even be alive if it wasn't for Barry. So yeah, you're gonna pull that petty card. I just feel like they don't really pay attention to much of the whole universe, and it's like you want to go up and get somebody who's well versed in this stuff, and you just fall flat. I don't go after these people on Twitter. Like I would never do that. That's just a waste of
like,
time. But I see
here's the
people
thing.
arguing. It's kind of funny. Not gonna lie.
Here's the thing, like you don't even have to be well versed in comics. You just have to like well made storytelling in order to be
Yeah.
able to argue it. Like because a
Yeah.
lot of that audacity shit is not great storytelling.
It is.
Arrow was self-aware of this, so they're like, "Dude, we need to introduce the Flash in our show, but we can't. But we won't make him the Flash yet, but we'll show his origin." And then
I think honestly,
and then,
I think if they had done the Felicity thing the way they're doing it now, it wouldn't
Wait,
have
no.
so much
They introduced
controversy
Barry in
there.
season 2, didn't they?
Yeah, season two.
So, oh man, so yeah, so the Flash was still good when they introduced Barry. So they were, never mind.
Yeah, but I think that if they did the Felicity stuff the way they're doing it now in seasons
It
five
would
and
have
six,
worked so much better.
it would have been so controversial. People, it wouldn't have been so in your face. But
Yeah.
she's like, wait, is she? They wrote her the way they're writing her now.
Yeah.
Like for me, the damage is done for me. I just straight up can't get on board with her
Oh, dude,
character at all.
she's a
So
great, like, in this last Dragon episode, dude, she was awesome, dude. You know, like,
that was a good scene. I will even admit that last scene that was actually a really good scene because she was
Yeah.
legitimately worried about him, and she's basically could not see what he was doing at all for the first time in like years. So that was actually a really good scene. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm saying if they had written her like this the whole time, even with her quirky side, if they had axed out that whole overbearing "I'm right, you're wrong" quality to her, it wouldn't be so controversial.
I
Yeah,
love the
like-
memes. I love the memes from last season when she was working with Helix, and then there's like the fucking black-haired version of fucking Felicity, like the little girl. Like she's like, "Oh my god, I've been watching you, blah 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 blah. We want you to work with Helix." And then there was all those memes out like, "Oh my god, there's 2 of them now."
Yeah, even I said that. It's like, oh my god, there's 2 now.
Hold on. I really like the actress that like played the girl from Helix.
I liked her too. I thought she was awesome.
Yeah, no, like I just like her work in general because like she's been in other TV shows where like she's had like this small of a role, but like every time she's had her roles in like TV shows, like she's always done a really good job.
Cool.
But like, what did I want to say? Oh, yeah, did you guys notice how in this episode we were talking about that, like how Felicity didn't know anything? We weren't showing Oliver on the field at all.
Yeah.
It was all about Diaz.
Yeah, it was all about Diaz. And I'm thinking that's probably like so we could get the same feeling that Felicity's having. We don't know what Oliver is doing. We don't know if it's okay or not.
Yeah. They showed the one scene that everybody could see on the news or whatever, and that was it. And then after that, it was like, man, we don't know anything anymore. You know, like
it just shows it from a perspective of like you have this friend,
like,
you have this friend as a superhero. You don't know what they're doing, but you see on the news that he was involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And she came home like, oh my god, was he in an explosion?
Yeah, so like that made her so much more relatable because they put us in her perspective at that time because we have no idea what's going on, and yet we see what the bad guy's doing in the background.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, the damage is done for me. So I can't get on board with her character at all. But that was one of those rare moments where I just actually really enjoyed that scene when she finally was able to see that he was all right, because that was so realistic. Because you have no idea. Like it was the first time since season 1 she didn't know where he was, because she can usually tell where he is at the whole time. So it was like the first time.
He was just like so surprised by it too. He's just all like, you're acting like this is like the first explosion I've been in. Come on now. Like,
yeah.
Calm
but
down.
I would think like
it's like calm down, woman.
I would think she'd still have some sort of like tracker on him just because how she is.
Yeah.
So she could track where he is.
Well, she tried to.
She tried to. She tried to, but he had that shit shut down. He had that shit disabled, you know? Like,
yeah, that's exactly what happened. Because like right when she got home, that was the first thing she did, and she could not find him. Yeah. And then he comes out, like it's like, hey, I'm fine.
What are you doing? I was just in the shower.
Like I was just with William.
Like, yeah, I'm just tucking in the kid, you know, like, you know.
I mean, you know, he's been doing that for 6 years, and that's nothing he hasn't done before.
That's what was so funny about that. Because she's like, "What the fuck," you know, and he's all like, "Dude, calm down, relax, dude. Like, you acting like this is like the 10,000th explosion I've been in this fucking year alone, you know, like."
And he's like, but it was an explosion. Like, yeah, I mean, shot a rope arrow and just went right backwards. So,
Like I do almost all the time.
but
But
you
like,
can also still see her. You can also
like,
still see her point because the difference is when she's in a bunker. Yeah, that's one thing. She can at least still see it right away if she's
yeah, like she can
alive.
see it in real time and like she can react to it.
It's like
And like,
even like because like you go back to like season 1 of the Flash, where
I
I don't know if
also
you guys
don't.
remember this.
I don't even get the
Where
point
they
of firing Overwatch. Like,
because he wants to
I can get
because
having no
he's
Team Arrow, like having no companions or whatever on your side, but there's no point in firing Overwatch
because he
here's the
wasn't
thing
that
though.
he
at
is.
all.
Here's the thing though. I get it because how many times has the bunker been attacked? And who's gonna be at the bunker all the time? Felicity.
Yeah.
It's all about protecting her.
Well, also because like even Diggle
Like,
said it
everybody
to
who knows
him.
where the
Like
bunker is knows where he lives, and they can do the same
yeah,
shit.
but
You know, like,
what Diggle said is you were never supposed to spread yourself this thin. You were never supposed to get married and have kids and everything. You were supposed. It was never about that. And he said it to himself in his subconscious. But there was never supposed to be a John Diggle. There was never supposed to be a Felicity Smoke. It was never supposed to be a Green Arrow. It was just about the mission. So that's what he was saying. It's like he was never supposed to bring people in that could possibly get hurt as well. So he was just. It was just supposed to be him this whole time.
yeah.
Which obviously it has to expand. You've never been able to do a lot of this stuff without them, obviously. But I just think for somebody like Diaz, he wants to take it back to basics, go how he used to be, and just get it done. Because new team Arrow, they don't trust him anymore. Dig is mad at him, and then Felicity, I guess, also you can say he's protecting her. I guess I don't know, but you might as well just go back to basics. But I will say he should have at least Diggle. I would say he still should have at least Diggle.
He's had Diggle since the first season. You know? Like,
Yeah, Diggle is, I think, is more important than Felicity is, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Diggle is that guy.
Yeah, on the field for sure.
Just period. I think if he's that guy, like, who are they? All right, so when Oliver was going to season 5, and it was just Diggle, Felicity, Curtis, Renee, Ragman, and Artemis, who's calling the shots without Oliver there? Diggle, right? I remember it was funny. It was a few funny moments, and Curtis was like, "Suit up." Curtis said, "Suit up," and Diggle looked at him and was like, "What?" He said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I just figured with Oliver not here, anyone can say suit up." And Diggle just stared at him. Like, no, no.
He's like, bro, when he's gone, I run it.
You're still a rookie, Mr. Terrific. You're not even Mr. Terrific yet. You're trying to say suit up? Come on now.
He just got finished telling them all the directions, what we're gonna do, where we're gonna go, and he said suit up, and Curtis said at the same time. He just looked at him, like, okay.
Like, you need to put your work in first, man.
Yeah.
So I think Diggle is his most important. It's like his ultimate partner. I think.
Curtis is pretty magical to go from a fucking fro to fucking cornrows within fucking minutes, though. That dude.
But see, they rectified that. Somebody asked him that at Comic-Con. I think it's like, so how do you just braid your hair in like a few minutes? Somebody asked him that. But I think that worked because they rectified. They just had him like grease it up and stick it back, which works so much better.
Yeah. I was like, that motherfucker's magic, dude. I don't know, like, I didn't know T-Spheres could fucking braid your hair, man, but fuck.
Yeah.
You think he'd be the one holding the team back because he doesn't have braids on yet? It's like, give me an hour, guys. Give me an hour. I'll be ready.
So now they just give me Jerry curl juice. It's okay now. Oh, fuck, man. So, we just had fucking Legends End and Black Lightning End. Do you have high hopes for the next seasons? Because we already know they're coming back. They were both fantastic shows.
Yeah.
Legends was confirmed for another season. I wasn't sure if Black Lightning was, but if they're not, they're fucking stupid. Because that was the best show they have right now.
Oh, It is.
Legends is gonna be great because they're gonna incorporate Constantine, and I like how they subtly got Ava a suit. Because during the I Ava episode,
Yeah.
when she was fighting those clones, she's like, "I'm keeping the suit."
Yeah.
That's gonna be her. That's gonna be her suit. 'Cause I like that. And she's probably gonna join the Wave Rider because they're not gonna keep her in the Time Burrow. That would be stupid. So I think she's gonna officially join the team
Yeah.
as her own here because she can fight as good as
That's
Sarah.
such a big
As good
team.
as Sarah.
Like,
And it is a big team. They got like 10 people.
it's,
And I just think who they got? They got the Atom, Black Canary, Mick, Zari, Amaya, Nate. They got
Constantine.
Constantine, now Ava. And I feel like there's somebody else I'm missing. I said Zari. I feel like there's somebody else I'm missing. I said Zari.
Is Wally gonna come back?
Oh, Wally. Yeah, Wally now. That's 9 of them. Plus if you add Gideon, that's 10 people there. Gideon's pretty good. They should use the
Rip
actress.
off and on.
The actor. I mean, Rick is dead, so.
No, I
Rip.
said Rip.
Yeah, Rick is dead.
Is he?
So. Yeah, he died.
Oh yeah, he sacrificed himself. That's right.
Yeah.
Allegedly, but there could be something that happened.
He
Yeah,
wanted to, but I mean,
I think he's gonna be back. I definitely think he's gonna be back, dude, because he's the heart. No, he's the soul of the team. Sarah's the heart of the team.
Sarah's the best leader.
Sarah's the
She's
heart of
better
the
than-
team. Rory Mick's the backbone for sure, though.
Still
Nick is
maintain
actually
that
a great
Sarah's
leader.
I still maintain that Sarah's a better leader than Oliver.
Oh, dude,
That
by far, dude.
But
Her team was willing to sacrifice themselves to help save her. Like, or they're like, they're willing to have her back. They're like, dude, if the Death Stone does corrupt you, we'll do what we got to do. But like, her team is willing to do anything that it takes, whatever. Oliver's team
quit.
It quit, and they're like, what?
And what did Diggle say? It's like you push everyone away, man. So I mean, I just think it's weird though because I think overall Sarah's a better leader.
Yeah.
But during Crisis on Earth X, Oliver obviously needs to take the helm for that. I think more so than Sarah. I think.
Let go all the way over here.
It's weird. I just think that it was good that Oliver sort of took that leadership role there. I mean, Sarah did too, kind of, but mostly just on her shit. Because he was, whenever negotiating with the other Earth X, Oliver.
Like, story-wise,
He's
it
calling
kind
the
of had
shots.
to be Oliver because Oliver was also the leader of the Nazi Earth or whatever. So, like...
I guess,
like,
but you can make an argument. You can make an argument for Supergirl. She's obviously the most powerful there. Why isn't she the leader? She doesn't need, but
Yeah, that didn't make.
You can make an argument there.
That made.
It could have been both. It could have been both of them.
It was hilarious when Supergirl's all like, "Ew."
Yeah. I need to rewatch that crossover. Actually, I want to rewatch it, the whole thing.
Oh, Supergirl. The episode that just came out is awesome.
It was alright.
I didn't care for
I liked it.
I thought it was the most
It was-
underwhelming.
It was.
Like comeback after a break.
I liked it.
I
It was just filler.
I thought
It was just filler.
it was filler, but I enjoyed the filler because they actually put Win. They actually had Win actually do something and have a story arc because they don't have him really do much anymore.
That was cool. And that was probably all it was good for. And I really like the fact that Roseanne's sister fucking plays Wynn's mom. That shit's hilarious to me.
Was that her? I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was her. But I think it was. I like the fact that they're bringing James into the DEO a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
What else are you gonna do with it? You might as well bring him on board as Guardian, as just another agent. It's like you got him stuck at the Catco, and they're barely over there.
No,
So
fuck
even
that. If Wynn can develop that shit for Jimmy Olsen, Dude, he could develop that shit for every fucking person on the DEO, and they can fund that shit, and then everybody could
They
be the
don't need,
Guardian.
but
What the
they,
fuck?
but they don't, but they don't need it. They don't need it. They have their own tech and stuff. I mean, how do you think Alex was able to fight alongside the other people during the Crisis on Earth?
Think of how much more badass she'd be with Guardian tech.
But she was still sticking up alongside. She went out there with Oliver, Sarah, Firestorm, Supergirl, and Flash. She's the only one side with him.
When she was fucking tag teaming with Sarah, like before they were tag teaming in the hotel room, when she was tag teaming with Sarah in that fucking church, oh my god, that was awesome, dude. That was some good fucking shit right there. I was like, damn, dude, she can hold her own with Sarah, dude. I didn't know she was that badass. But yeah,
and that was because of the DEO did that training.
Yeah.
I don't know why Jean wasn't there. I didn't call Jean because he could have helped out there, but or Monel. But I'm glad they had her in that crossover. But what I'm saying is,
they didn't really know the Flash, and
Alex
was Kara's +1, really. You know.
No, they know the Flash. Monel and Jean know the Flash now because remember that musical crossover. They went over there.
That was just because I was like, oh man, we got it. That was just because what's his face? The dude's all like, oh, I'm after the fastest man alive, and
yeah,
John, they didn't know the Flash personally, dude. Yeah, they did because she brought him to the DEO, didn't she?
I don't
in that
think
first
so.
crossover when he went to their Earth. Did she bring him to the DEO, or did she just bring him to Catco?
He did. Yeah, he did. DEO.
Okay, so
yeah, it was the Flash. I don't know.
But
I don't
Monel
know if it was
didn't know the Flash yet, in that shit.
But they still met in the crossover to get that established. They don't have to be brothers for them to be cool with that. I mean, Barry met Kara once and then brought her in against the Dominators, right?
Yeah,
so they don't have to have like this long established relationship for it to cross over.
I'm just saying, Barry is only cool with he doesn't really know them like he knows Kara. That's why he only sent Kara a fucking wedding invite, and she got a +1. She brought Alex. He didn't send a wedding invite to the whole DEO.
Sarah met Wally once and invited him to join the Wave Rider after one mission.
Yeah.
So I don't think it matters. Yeah, I think it's fine. I mean,
I'm not saying. I'm just saying Barry only sent a wedding invitation to Kara. He didn't send one to the whole fucking DEO and fucking.
No. I didn't mean for the wedding. I just meant to fight the Nazis. That's all.
They weren't there at the time. You know.
No, I'm saying I'm saying during that whole crossover. They could have had Martian Manhunter and Monel as well. I didn't mean for the wedding. They did bring in
the rest of the legends because it was only just Sarah and like.
Yeah, and they brought in Wild Dog, Mr. Terrific, and Black Canary.
True.
Eventually. Okay. So that's what I meant. I didn't mean for the wedding.
That's
I mean, that was all messed up anyway. Because for some reason they brought Mick to the wedding, but not Ray.
Sorry about my confusion there. I was like, what the
fuck? No.
I felt bad for Ray.
Alex needed to be there. She just needed to be there because she needed to get away after Maggie thing, and obviously it helped her a little bit.
Oh yeah.
She met Sarah, so obviously. But I just like how they.
Oh my god! Can you imagine how much fun Alex had, dude? Just imagine the things that Sarah could teach you.
They just didn't even question the fact that she was fighting alongside her, alongside them all.
Yeah.
But what I was really saying is like that's because of the DEO. Like they don't need Wynn to make them all Guardian suits. They just DEO has their own stuff. They've been fighting aliens before Supergirl came.
Yeah.
So they have their own tech. Alex has an alien gun still. I mean, why can't they replicate that somehow?
Right.
They will at some point.
And obviously they have tech to stop certain aliens, because they've been doing this whole time. John would have information about alien technology, probably. But yeah, I think the last episode was kind of filler. It wasn't bad. It's just I don't think they planned a 9-week break They just made a decision that they only wanted
They didn't
four
plan that for
shows on
sure.
at
They
once.
just didn't have enough room for all the shows that they have right now.
They also said they only want 4 shows on at once. They don't want 5. They don't want to overwhelm you. So that's why
Yeah.
they took a break. And so Legends can finish. Like, man, come on. Who's watching Valor? Cancel
Here's the
Valor.
thing.
Nobody's watching that.
Here's the thing. They just don't want to cancel Supernatural.
You cancel Valor and put Legends in that spot. Who was watching that?
Hold on,
No.
dude. I don't know if I talked about this on any of the shows, but I was talking to Nasser fucking like months ago about the Riverdale just doing a fucking crossover with Scooby and the gang. You know, I was all like, yeah, dude, because they're solving mysteries and all that shit. I could just imagine Scoob. He thought I was serious. I was all like, because he thought, like, I was like, yeah, next week Scooby and the gang's joining in Riverdale. He's like, what, for real? I'm like, no, dude, I'm joking, because, like, it's so fucking far-fetched. I can see it happening. And then they do the shit for real on Supernatural, like, a month later. I was like, what the fuck, dude? I was pissed. I was like, I can write for fucking CW.
We all could write for CW. We've been saying this for 2 years. We've been saying this for like 2 years now. Swear to God.
Jesus Christ!
And they've already taken some of our. They've already taken some of our ideas. I swear they have. They put Lena Luthor in a bigger role. That was like one of the main things.
Oh my God!
I love getting crap.
And now I'm worried that they're about to take her into being a Lex Luthor. Because she's looking a little shady right now at the end of that episode.
I don't think she's shady. I think she's just helping, like, trying to help get rid of Rain.
I know, but it's just, I get that, but it just has this sort of feel like, because that containment thing is obviously built for something like that.
Yeah.
So that could, in theory, hold Supergirl. So
yeah,
how do you have that right now? You know,
she's probably taking Lex. She's probably taking just Lex schematics and building it because Lex,
that quickly. It's only been like a few days.
She probably just like took it out of storage because Lex was still trying to kill Superman. Like she did take over. She did take over Luthor Corp, so it wouldn't be surprising that she has a lot of Lex's old ideas and old and also old projects that he's worked on to try to take out Superman.
Yeah, I hope so. But that's too. I mean, because I don't like to see, like, there's a problem with Killer Frost. Like, I didn't want them to make her a full-on villain, because obviously eventually she's gonna get captured or killed, and then she's gonna be off the show. You know.
We'll touch more on that stuff when we do the other CW show finale, like next month or whenever that's coming, whenever all those shows are ending. Because I plan on doing an Arrowverse finale with you guys too. I want to get Luna on it too, because she has a lot of cool stuff to say in a different perspective than. That's why I added her to our group chat too, because like
I can finally talk to you about the 100. I don't really mess with the 100 that much.
Yeah, I was all like, damn, dude, they gotta. I didn't know other people besides Damon liked that show, and then you guys talked for like ever on that shit. I was like, God damn.
Yeah, I've been to the 100 in 2 weeks. I was hooked. I was straight hooked. I didn't think I would be hooked. I thought it would be one of those things where I'll watch like a few episodes, take a break, come back, realize it's like a week before the premiere, and then try to binge watch it, and then like keep watching and have like 6 episodes of the new season saved. That's how that stuff usually goes with me with shows. I have to binge, but like no, I just kept going back. I would talk to Todio, and I was like, man, what the heck is up with the black dude on this? Like, he's acting crazy in the new season. I think it's the 3rd season. Yeah, I was like, damn, this show's hella good. And I would just watch it up until like 3 a.m. I remember I watched like almost the whole season in a day. I was like, okay, I'm hooked. This show's the best. This show is the best.
Yeah, go to the
I'm glad I missed all that drama, though.
See, that show was for me like it's okay. Like I don't hate it, but like because I know when I talk to you about it, it seems like I hate it. But like it was to me,
No,
it was just something for background noise while I was like,
not every show is for not every show is for everyone.
yeah,
Like obviously,
yeah,
like I haven't gotten into like some other shows, but yeah, I get that.
yeah.
But I just it's just kind of one of my favorite shows. I can't wait for the premiere next week. It's on Tuesday. I'm excited. It's a few days. Been waiting. It was like Game of Thrones for me because like I remember I put on Game of Thrones for years and years, and I finally like okay, let me just binge this, and I got hooked. And I can finally say, oh, I'm all caught up. I'm actually part of the fandom.
See,
It's the same thing with the Hunt.
every time I try Game of Thrones, dude, because I always try to start it from the beginning, and I can never get past those first couple episodes, man. I'm all like, man, dude, like
That's because it first season it can kind of drag. You gotta stick with it.
I can't
It's
get
like
past
Asian.
like the
It's like
I can't get past like the first 3 episodes. I'm like, dude,
I
like,
guarantee at the end of the ninth episode you'll get hooked on it. It picks up a lot. Like Agents of Shield. Like it took literally 16 episodes to pick up,
see,
and
but
then Fall
Agents
of
of
Shield
Shield,
happened.
like I could still get through the episodes. You know,
I
I could
couldn't.
like I was
So
like, I'm like they're not good, but they're not bad. I could still get through
I
them,
could.
and then
Motherfucker, why would you
and
do that? Sorry for. I'm
what?
driving and some dude almost hit my car. Some dude almost T-boned my car.
I could not do that with Agents of Shield. It did not grab me at all. Then I kept hearing, no, it gets better. You got to stick with it. And I finally just did it,
16 episodes.
and
16
took me
episodes. I know,
took
dude. That's what it takes.
16.
I can't do it with
It's not even a joke. It's
I
literally
can't deal.
16 episodes that you have to get through. I swear
I
the
can't
first
deal.
15 because
I went
was
through
that-
8 and I gave up. I can't deal.
know.
I went through 8 and I
I
can't
did.
deal.
I think I went through like 4 and gave up. But then I came back like a year later and I just watched it and got to episode 16 where Winter Soldier happened, the movie. That's when Winter Soldier affected the whole thing and
Yeah.
Shield fell, and that's when it got really good. And they started getting into all the Inhuman stuff, and it just picked up a lot.
Yeah.
It's not even a joke. It's like a switch that happens in episode 16. Like, what in the world happened?
What just happened? and
I-
what really kept
I
me
just-
hyped, what really kept me really going is like I didn't watch it for like I watched it in the very beginning. I watched like the first 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever, and I was like, I don't know, I'll wait till it comes out all the way. And then I was working a show, and one of the tour guys was talking about Agents of Shield, and they were talking about how they need to watch Thor. They need to watch the new Thor movie before they watch Agents of Shield. And I was all like, "What? I might do the actors like cross over with? I might do the actors from movies cross over with the show." And he was all like, "Yeah, they do." And I was all like, and but he
Yeah.
was totally
Yeah.
lying to me, except for they have the one chick from Thor in
Yeah,
one
Sif.
of the
She
episodes
crossed over.
in Agents of Shield. So I was
Yeah,
all
Sif.
like, so then I went back and I was like, so I went back and I started watching the shit, and I was all like, what the fuck does he have to do? Why the fuck do you have to watch Thor fucking Dark World before seeing whatever fucking? there's no. And then I saw that one episode, whatever. I was all like, I guess maybe because she's in it, whatever. She's not gonna be in Ragnarok for nobody knows why, and but I don't know. But you say Tony, you said you don't like it, you don't watch it.
I tried twice and I just couldn't. Like the max episodes I've watched is 8.
Man, you're missing out on something that's really fantastic. Like, and that's what people say to me when I talk about I don't like Game of Thrones, though. So, I'm missing out on something that's really fantastic. But
Well, I'm not like a show pusher. Like, if you don't want to watch it, you don't watch it. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna keep pestering people about it. So,
and like I just remembered today that there's a new season of Legion. I watched the first episode, and then I don't know what day it airs, so and then I was scrolling through YouTube today and it was like a season 2 episode 3 review. I'm like, oh fuck, dude, I'm 2 episodes behind on Legion. That's my favorite fucking comic book show right now. Like,
I still haven't started season 2, so I'm actually way behind too. I'm
yeah.
surprised my Hulu doesn't tell me that it.
Like I'm buying the current Legion comic books right now, and
Unless
I
I
haven't.
do it too.
They're still in my to read pile. Like, because my to read pile just keeps growing every Wednesday. Like, I actually have a comic book budget now, and it like, oh my god, dude, my to read pile just keeps on growing because I don't really have enough time to like sit down and just read a bunch of comic books. But I'm currently reading the Ben Reilly run of this Ben Reilly Spectacular Spider-Man books.
The recent one, the one that just came out.
It's like 17 issues in. It's gonna be 18 soon.
Yeah, I read the first issue.
That is a really good book.
Where he made somebody pay him for saving their life.
Yeah.
The first issue.
Yeah. And at first I only had like issue 7 and 8 because on the cover you see ultimate Ben Reilly fighting classic Ben Reilly, and I was like, oh shit, dude, I gotta buy it. I gotta see this. What the fuck is this about?
Holy shit!
It was Ultimate Scarlet Spider versus Classic Scarlet Spider. So like I was like, I had to buy these, and then I read them. I was like, dude, these are actually pretty good. So then I went back and I just bought the whole fucking series, and then oh my god, dude, they're fucking. I'm like 10 issues in, and it's really fucking cool. I'm liking it more than Spectacular Spider-Man, and Spectacular Spider-Man #1 is what actually got me into this current collecting that I'm doing now. And so, what are you guys collecting, if anything at all?
I'm collecting nothing right now, unfortunately.
I'm not. I haven't been reading like. The only current thing I'm reading is All New Wolverine.
Yeah.
That's like almost 30 issues in, but I'm on like issue 18 or whatever. But I've been reading older stuff, so.
I got so much older stuff.
There's some other stuff like I was reading Star-Lord Kitty Pryde. That was like 3 issues. I'm on the 3rd issue now.
Dude, I'm reading this really cool Archie book. It's called Betty and Veronica Vixens. It's Betty and Veronica form a biker gang to fight the serpents, to like go up against the serpents. That's the premise. It's a 6-issue miniseries. It's there's 5 out right now. The 6th is coming out either like in a couple weeks. It's really cool. Check it out. Go on. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that was I mean, I have some other stuff. Like what was it? Hang on, I'm looking at my pile right now. Iron Man. Yeah, Invincible Iron Man.
Yeah.
That only had like 14 issues, and I'm on issue 11. So I just need 3 more. I thought it went longer. That was when Mary Jane was part of the run. He wanted Mary Jane to basically be his assistant to run everything.
Is that
and
after,
he ended up.
She doesn't exist in Peter's life anymore and stuff.
Yeah, she's not with Peter anymore. She's not with Peter. Spider-Man's part of this too. Like he's in Japan because he gets a call about Rhodey. He sent Rhodey to do something in Japan, and Rhodey ended up getting mixed up in some stuff, and so he lost all contact. So Stark had to go over there and find him. She suggested he send Peter Parker's bodyguard, Spider-Man, to go check it out or whatever. So Spider-Man, Peter Parker, went to check it out, and Stark also went over, and all 3 of them got mixed up in the same thing.
Yeah.
And so Stark now is like, well, Peter's like, he got out of it, I guess, or whatever. Something happened. the Stark that he's incognito. He has his other face on him, and so he's like undercover.
Yeah.
And Rhodey caught the rest of the Avengers. He caught Sam Wilson, Jane Foster, Thor, Miles Morales, Spider Man, Nova, Kamala Khan, and who's the other one? And some other one, I think. So they're all over there trying to help him as well. That's where I left off, at least.
Nice.
There was also Scarlet Witch. Started that. That one's pretty good. I'm behind on Captain Marvel. That is like one of my favorite heroes. So she
There's
hasn't had
this
the
really
best.
cool Hanna-Barbera DC Jetsons run. It's 6 issues. It's the whole thing's out right now. That shit is really good. It's the ending is kind of underwhelming, but like you really didn't know like how they were gonna end this shit. The ending is really kind of underwhelming, but I really think it has potential into leading into a Flintstones, but where Flintstones like I don't know. You have to literally know the whole story of what this Jetsons book was doing for what I'm gonna explain to make sense. But so like at the end of this book, life starts to recreate itself on the planet because the planet has been destroyed by its second asteroid because like the first asteroid was the one that hit during the prehistoric age, and then there was another asteroid that hit, and then that decimated everything, and then everybody was forced to live in the sky. Like they built these really big tall towers and stuff, and everybody lives in the sky now, like you see in the Jetsons cartoon and stuff, right? And now there's a third asteroid or whatever that's on its way, but really this third asteroid isn't an asteroid; it's an alien spaceship or whatever. And the other 2 asteroids were also alien spaceships that that just went askew on their mission and fucked up and crashed or whatever. And then and now the second one is starting to bring life into the earth that was decimated by it, and now it's starting to recreate stuff, and like plants are starting to regrow, and like land is starting to regrow, and all this
I
shit's
could not
starting
hear
to happen.
anything.
Yeah, me neither.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
we can
right.
hear you better now.
All right.
Were you outside?
I'm not outside. I haven't moved.
Okay.
Tonio's outside, I think.
I am driving.
Yeah, see?
Open your window.
No, I'm not driving with an open window. I have like my windows closed, my AC
See,
turned off, and everything. I am on Bluetooth though.
yeah.
That's probably it.
So at the end of the book, like all this shit started to like regrow, whatever, and like so I'm really thinking that like they're gonna like cross out like the Jetsons will be dead or whatever by the time the fucking Flintstones and shit will be fucking roaming the fucking earth or whatever. Like the Flintstones is like a future. And they're gonna have technology, but they're still gonna have like technology. And that's how they're able to like do all this stuff with like the dinosaurs and stuff like they do in the Flintstones or whatever, because they're already aware of like engineering and all this cool shit. So like they're just able to incorporate it with what they have, and like if that doesn't happen, I won't be mad. But if that does happen, I'll be really excited, and I'll be like, dude, now I know I can write for DC and fucking Hanna-Barbera, fucking comic crossover shit.
I just want to write for CW. Shape that up so much.
Oh my god, dude! I have a steady fucking salary job. That'd be awesome.
Let me write for Arrow. Let me write for Legends. I really want to write for Legends. They can
Writing
just
for
do
Legends
whatever.
is so fun, dude. You can hang out with Kevin Smith. No, he doesn't do Legends, but he should direct fucking episodes of Legends.
Make Bebo a regular. Or make Bebo a regular.
I would want to write for Arrow, Flash, and Black Lightning.
I'd rather
Like
write for
for me,
Supergirl.
just me for Arrow, Supergirl, and Legends. I would love to write for
oh
them.
yeah, Supergirl. Yeah, Supergirl's another one I would want to write for. Like
Supergirl,
I
Supergirl, man. Like sometimes, dude, they just take these low key shots at just making fucking men really stupid, and it's fine. It's fine sometimes, but like, I
Sometimes
want,
it gets heavy-handed. Sometimes it gets heavy-handed. Like they do a lot of political stuff in it.
yeah,
Sometimes it's not really necessary. I get that. So.
yeah, and I'm all like, come on, Supergirl, you don't need to do this.
Doesn't ruin
And
the
like,
whole
and
show. Doesn't ruin.
like it's okay they do it like in the first season, like they were doing it all the fucking time, and I was like, what the fuck? And then like they sort of like toned it down, so like it's been getting better. So like I want to write for
They did a lot.
Supergirl. I really like to write for Flash. That'd be fun. It'd be really fun
Well,
to hang
Flash.
out with.
I feel like you'd have to be really smart to work on Flash because some of the stuff. Because I don't know, like
Kevin
some of the
Smith
stuff they
works
have
on the
him do.
Flash, but he
Kevin
directs
Smith
though.
Kevin Smith is a smart man. You just gotta understand Flash bullcrap, like all the physics stuff. You gotta understand that. Like, okay,
I can-
Barry running a figure eight form. That'll keep it afloat. Like, remember he had to run a figure eight.
Stan Lee said a long time ago, like he didn't know, like he made a lot of this character scientists or whatever because it made sense for like experiments or whatever to make to make mutants or whatever. But he said he didn't know shit about science. He would just make stuff up all the time, and like. And I think that's still what a lot of people do. Like all you have to do is just write down. You can make something up that looks like a really cool equation and just put just random variables in there, and like on a whiteboard, like how they do in the Flash all the time. They have that little clear whiteboard that they have, and they just write down some equations and just start. And then you just teach them. You just teach them phrases. You just teach the actors whatever phrases and the jargon that whatever smart people use. And boom, there you go.
So what they do for Ray when he was making his Atom suit? What did they do for him? They just put a bunch of random equations.
Yeah, they fucking like read these articles that smart people wrote, fucking learn the phrases that they use, and then boom, like.
Or about Stein. Everything Stein said was this astrophysics stuff.
Some of it was.
What?
Not all. Some of it was, but not everything.
And Stein, he was probably smarter than Wells. I hate to admit it, but he's probably smarter than Wells.
Nobody's smarter than HR.
Speaking of HR, I love how none of them gave a shit about his death, really.
I did.
Because they were like,
him. He was my
no,
favorite.
because when they found out it wasn't Iris, they were basically like, oh, it was just HR. Like they reacted the same way.
Hello, guys.
At least, yeah. At least Barry didn't. He found out it wasn't Iris, and like he didn't really give a crap that it was HR.
All right, guys. I am officially done driving for right now, and I will be on my Bluetooth headset.
All right. But so what are your hopes and expectations for season 2 of Black Lightning?
That they focus on developing Jennifer, get her suit, and train her because she can be pretty good too. It's like
I mean, she's
already a good fighter.
I can understand.
She's pretty adamant and really about not really wanting to do it unless it's like a last case scenario, you know, like.
But I feel like at the end she just kind of accepted it because she was like, that was her in the voiceover. It's like, we have these powers from God and we're going to use it to protect our city.
Yeah.
She's saying we. So I feel like when she shot that agent at the end when he was coming in the door, I feel like that was her like, okay, I have these powers. I can use it to protect people. I think she's gonna eventually get around to that idea. And plus, Khalil, she might be motivated to go
That
after
was
him.
that was her just saying "cracker, please," dude, and she just and then fucking and did that.
But yeah, I mean, they're gonna call her Lightning, which is kind of weird because Black Lightning and Lightning.
Well, because it was thunder and lightning, and then there's black lightning.
That's yeah. So it's like, okay, you have Thunder and Lightning. Then you have to face the Overlord, Black Lightning.
Yeah,
That's kind of how I feel. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. What's his name will make her a suit? Well, does she need a suit because she's basically just all lightning? Well, she'll probably still need a suit, but maybe she.
Yeah, they're probably not gonna do like how she looks like in the comics, where like
Because
like
they showed a bit of it
it's
a
like
couple times. Because she just looks like straight up lightning,
yeah,
basically.
dude. When she gave Jefferson that recharge, dude, and fucking brought his powers like completely back, like.
she looks
I
like
was
in the
like, holy
comics.
shit, dude, this girl's a powerhouse, dude. Fucking,
Yeah,
she can
like
generate the whole fucking city.
so she just like kind of looks like this being with a bunch of lightning coming off of her. So I mean, she can still have a suit. It's just I don't know. Probably should probably control that side of her because you can still see her body there.
Yeah,
Probably have a suit. Probably have a suit similar to Anissa's, I guess. Something to help her steady it. I don't know.
yeah, dude. Gambi will be able to make up something, dude, that fucking will able to like help her control it or fucking like
Or
contain
they
it.
could take my idea. They could take my idea and put them all three of them, all four of them in a crossover. She meets Cisco, and Cisco makes her a suit. Like they always use Cisco. They're like, oh yeah, I had Cisco make this up for me.
Yeah,
They can do that, you know.
yeah.
Cisco and Gambi meet to create the ultimate suit to help her stabilize her powers.
Now, see,
And
now I know that's what's gonna happen because like CW seems to like watch just like our core group of like international like ATG friends and just listen to what we have to say. And
that's because we're not just talking about who's marrying each other. We're talking about the actual essence of the show. You know?
and actual ways to develop the story.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Oh my
fine to have
god.
that demographic, whatever, but you're also dealing with superheroes. So, and they got to accept that these
Yeah.
are actual superheroes. And they're not just, sure, they have their private lives and stuff. Created in full circle, but at the end of the day, I
That's
expect
not
to
what we're
see,
watching. We're watching the like we know you have your
I
private.
want to see Oliver Queen shooting arrows at people.
Yeah.
I want to see Barry super
Fucking running
speeding
around
down
really
the street.
fast, saving the day. You know, like yeah.
Yeah. I see Supergirl punching the shit out of somebody like that.
Oh my god, dude!
I don't need to have Cara
Supergirl,
Monel
dude. I'm
sitting on the
still
couch.
blown away with that fight with Rain when Rain just fucking beat the shit out of her and fucking like in front of the whole fucking city. And I was like, oh my god, dude, this is dynamic. Like I'm still
She
blown
did.
away by that fucking mid-season finale of Supergirl.
That's why I don't think she'll actually physically beat her.
Yeah,
'Cause she didn't really physically beat her in the comics. Like
yeah.
she's in that
And then yeah,
she's in that
and then when they fought the second time, dude, she like was just trying to get into her head and stuff. You know, like
yeah. So I don't think she'll physically stop her
yeah.
because they did say Rain eventually goes away. So I think they'll just get to her psychologically. Samantha will probably get rid of that Rain persona.
Yeah,
I guess that goes away,
yeah,
and then like maybe she'll retain the abilities. I think because I kind
I
of
would
feel
really
like the way they worded it, they were talking about Monel in the finale, Monel and Kara. I kind of feel like Monel's gonna go back to the future or something like that. I don't think he's gonna be on much longer.
no, dude,
This is the way they
Monel.
worded it.
Like the whole reason they brought Monel back was so he could be with Kara, dude. Like that's his arc.
Yeah,
It's
but they
like,
said they released some statement on him about the finale with Cara and Monel. It's just kind of just the way they worded it. I kind of feel like I don't think he's gonna die, but I think I just don't see him being on the next season. Just the way they were talking about it.
Wow.
And I gotta find it. I'd have to find the article, but
Hell yeah, you can find it, and we can post that shit in the description when this comes out on Monday. It's gonna come out earlier on Monday because that's one of the days I gotta close at the store. It's not gonna be late night.
yeah, but yeah. So I just feel like they're gonna eventually have to have more heroes like they do with all the shows. So you have Supergirl. I think they're eventually because doesn't Alex get a suit later on? I think I don't know if that was a different Earth, Alex or something, but I kind of feel like she's gonna get a suit eventually. I don't see why not. She's fighting with the heroes in the Crisis on Earth X. She has that gun. They can utilize her with that gun. Maybe that kryptonite suit.
Oh, yeah, they also gave her that suit.
Yeah,
They gave her that suit.
I remembered what I was gonna ask way earlier, like an hour ago, or maybe an hour and a half ago, whatever. When I forgot what I was gonna say. So you know who I really wanted to see in that Flash Time episode where they had all the flashes? I wanted to see the Earth that Cisco's girlfriend's Flash. I wanted to see that Flash with the scarf and shit and the goggles. I wanted to see that fucking Flash in that episode. But
Flash?
Cisco's girlfriend?
Cisco's girlfriend, there's a Flash on her Earth, and he's got like a scarf and goggles and shit. I wanted to see that fucking Flash in there too.
Yeah, Accelerator Man. Accelerator Man.
That's his name?
I think it just means that's on her Earth, not his actual girlfriend. The Flash on her Earth. Yeah. What is it, Earth 19 or something? I think
I was gonna say 19, but I'm not. I'm always confused on which Earth is what. And
yeah, Earth 19 is used to be Harry's, the one that passed away.
Okay, well it's
so HR.
Yeah.
HR. Yeah,
but I did read something that he was supposed to come back in the finale of Flash.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was.
Oh my god, dude! I'll fucking nut my pants when I see that shit, dude.
Because that was such a cool.
It's a cool costume. It's a cool fucking. He's awesome, dude. Like,
which Flash are we talking about?
Earth 19 Flash that we only saw like one scene of. Where he has
he's in for like a second.
Like a snippet.
Just a hand or something. I feel like they were going to do more with her. He's in there
for like 10 seconds.
We were going to do more with him, but
they didn't.
They didn't. But yeah, I think he's supposed to come back. Yeah, he is Earth 19 Flash.
Look at there, Dalen with the fucking research like in lightning fast, dude. Fucking.
I'm just on Google.
You're my fucking Overwatch.
No, don't do that.
He's like, don't compare me to that shit.
Yeah, don't do that.
I'm not gonna be this gay when I come and visit you. Ask Tonio. I'm pretty solid to hang out with.
It's all good. But yeah, I heard he's supposed to come back for the finale. I think it's just a rumor. I'm not sure. I saw
like to help him with the bow.
I don't know. I saw something on Instagram. I don't know how true it was, but he might. Cause, I mean, they obviously were gonna use him. They had him for like a blip, and I swear I thought he was gonna come back at some point, but he never did. Put him on Legends. They could put him on Legends too. Yeah, they could put everyone on Legends.
They can put everyone on Legends because everybody on the CW is a fucking misfit and they all fuck up. And that's what the Legends is all about is reforming fuck ups.
They got Wally a season late because they should have had Jesse Quick on Legends last year, but they didn't. It was perfect.
It would have been perfect. I think she had her own show to do though.
But Wally fits him pretty well though. So
put
Yeah.
Jennifer on Legends, and then like they'll just have a powerhouse, dude. Like,
Yeah. But yeah, speaking of, gotta go back to Black Lightning. But yeah, I just I think they need
I,
to
I got a
focus.
I got a thing though. I got a
what?
thing about Wally. What the fuck is going on with his hair? Every
Yeah.
fucking time. Every fucking time.
It's
This
because
man needs to like.
it's because he's like
This man,
British or Australian or something, and they just have different styles, dude. Like he's just
you
like.
need to pick a bad hairstyle and stick with it because you can't just be multiple bad hairstyles.
But
He should just stick with the
he had
stick with
that
the fade.
he had
He
that
should just stick
fucking
with the fade.
he had that top knot while he was being a fucking when he was meditating and shit. I was like, what are you doing?
Well, actually, he should have stuck with the hair from early season 4 when he had that kind of fro. That was fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was actually all right. But then like some like at the beginning of this no, was it last season or this season where like he just kept coming with the bad hairstyles and I was like, what the hell, man?
He
It
was
doesn't.
going through his crisis after Jesse dumped him. He went through a crisis.
Yeah,
No,
dude, he was going through he went through
before
phase after
dumped
phase
him.
after phase, going through some self experimenting.
It was
He just he was so messed up after Jesse dumped him that he just had to experiment with his hairstyles.
no, he had a bad hairstyle before she dumped him. I'm guessing that's the reason why she dumped him because that shit was just atrocious. And then he just kept getting worse, and I'm like, I'm glad Jesse ain't coming back for this.
Yeah.
So like, she don't want to see him like that. Like after breaking up, he got worse.
Oh my god.
Like you see, Wally, this is exactly why I hated Dave.
See,
Like Wally's probably gonna speed his way out and then like cut his hair and then come back like, hey, how you doing? That way he probably knows he has bad hairstyles.
look, listen to this shallow motherfucker over here, Tonio, man, just judging everybody by their appearance.
I am not judging by appearance. Horrible. I'm not. I don't judge everybody by appearance. It's just it looks so bad, and it's I can't deal with it. I'm like, why? Bad hairstyle after bad hairstyle. All right, back to Black Lightning. I know I took up some time with like my rants on
It's all
his.
good. It's all good.
It's hilarious. I knew
But
this was all gonna happen. I knew, but like we weren't just gonna be able to focus on one subject because like all this stuff incorporates like into each other. Like
you know,
it's all
they go
across
in and out.
universe. We're gonna compare other shows to other shows. Like we're gonna like I knew all this stuff was gonna get out of hand because I know
Yeah,
us. I know us, and I just
Of
know
course, they
how
have to
discussions go in
Can't compare
general.
Legends to all of the other ones because the Legends had Bieber.
Yeah, Legends. They got to top Legends finale. Like I don't know if they can though.
It's starting with
They got to
Bebo.
top that because that was the Beeble thing was just like the greatest thing they've ever done. And I don't care what anybody says.
Dude, it was fantastic. It was.
I was
It
like,
was.
wow.
It was like.
And there's
was
Monster
like-
going.
They're like, dude, we already know this is gonna be like really terrible CGI, but let's make the best of it. And they did, and they had fun with it, and it was fucking awesome, dude. Like,
That's what Legends is. It's like I don't understand if you just watch Legends and accept it for what it is, which is a ridiculous sci-fi time travel mumble jumble that does not take itself seriously at all.
yeah,
You just accept that it's just a fun sci-fi story that doesn't take itself seriously. If you realize it's like one of the best ones. For me, obviously, Supergirl is the best, but Legends is right there.
dude, it's easily one of the best shows they have, dude. Because like, oh my god, they even like make fun of themselves. Like, you know, like I know you hated that scene when like they're pulling out that bottle of beer, that bottle of wine, whatever, and it's like Guggenheim brand, fucking whatever.
Yeah,
You know,
that is
they're making fun of themselves, and they're just having a good time with it. They're doing Deadpool before Deadpool was doing Deadpool like live action. you know, and like, and it's fun.
I think they tried to do something serious in the first season, but then they probably realized what they were and just embraced it.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
they got rid of the Hawks. The Hawks weren't really that good, to be honest. They were all
That
right,
was the
but
worst part of it, dude.
it's like
I am not a Hawk fan in general. I'm not a Hawk fan in comics. I'm not a Hawk fan in the cartoons. I'm not a Hawk fan. I'm just not.
I don't dislike them. I just don't think they fit that well.
Yeah,
I mean, they can
They
do their own show. I think
I'm
honestly,
pissed. I'm pissed that they had to kill
or they could have
Vandal.
just done like a.
The only reason I'm mad about that whole first season is Vandal Savage is one of my favorite villains. Vandal Savage and Doctor Doom are my favorite villains of all time, and they did Vandal Savage so dirty. Like he was so cool. Like they did him really cool in the show and like and everything, but then they did him so dirty. Like of how he could be defeated, and like
I honestly can't remember how they beat him.
I
they
can't
didn't have to
either.
kill him. They beat him with the crossover.
No, that was the first time, and then that's when
that
they
was
spun into. That was the first time they fought him, because that was when
Oh yeah,
you know
yeah, that was the first
that
time.
was when everybody died and Barry had to run back in time.
Yeah,
That was when
right.
that was when they introduced the Hawks, and when
yeah.
Shire
Yeah,
didn't
you're
know
right,
he
you're right.
was a Hawk.
That's
I got
what
my
David was
tolerance.
talking about. If it wasn't for Barry, everybody would be dead. Like
You
way
should just
earlier
stop. Just
when we were on that Olicity rant.
yeah, that was. I remember that, and I remember like the next day. For the next day, there's like a meme. It was like, if you're having a bad Monday, or like if you're having a bad day, here's a picture of Felicity being burned alive, and they like screenshot it. The exact moment when she got caught in that whatever that storm was and killed everyone. They have a picture of Felicity burning alive.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Those Olicity turds probably
Twitter
like
had a
they
heyday with that.
they went like crazy. They were probably like boycott DC for killing Felicity.
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny because the thing about that is they say they're iconic, or she's an iconic character. I guarantee you, when Arrow goes off, nobody's gonna remember this character at all.
That is
because
true. Felicity is not as big of a
Have they
character as
put
people.
her? Have they put her into comic continuity at all?
well, she's
Once.
already a comic book character. She's a Firestorm's stepmom, I think.
Something like that.
Like the '80s or something. That she's Firestorm's stepmom. But
Yeah. But like in
for
terms of like Arrow, they put her in Arrow before.
yeah,
like,
they kind
put
of
her
redid her character, like who she was, and changed her around a bit to where she was that
But they
quirky
didn't-
tech genius. And
Yeah, but they didn't really make her like a real love interest though.
well, she's only supposed to be on for one episode, but I guess the producers and stuff really enjoyed
Oh,
her
no, I'm talking about for
performance
the
or whatever.
comics.
Well,
Talking about for the
comics,
yeah,
the comics, New 52 Green Arrow was like one of the highest selling DC runs at the time, and then they added Diggle. I remember
Yeah,
it was
they
like
added
around
Diggle.
season 2, they added Diggle, and then people loved it. It was like, yeah, it was really cool. I remember Stephen Amell was at a con. He was like, I mean, I love the comics now, and I love the fact that they incorporated Diggle into it. I think it's like been really cool. And people loved it. And then they added Felicity, and all of a sudden the sales dropped.
Comic book fans don't give a fuck about Felicity.
That just shows you that, like, she's popular in that world of Arrow, but you dip outside of that, they're not going to have the same effect because nobody cares.
Nobody
It's
cares
amazing.
in that realm. Outside of like the fan base,
Yeah,
like, that's all they have, like just their fan base, and they think that's really everybody when it's really just a few.
this is them. They don't get it. They were like, okay, millions of people watch Arrow, thousands of people read comics. Like, okay, all right, you're right, you're absolutely right. But out of the millions of people who watch Arrow, how many of you guys are these diehard Felicity fans or any ship fans? Think about it.
Probably
These shippers aren't.
They're probably like 10% of the entire fan base.
You get the shippers. You got the people that don't really care either way.
Yeah.
They can just deal with. They can just deal with Felicity. They can deal with Carmel. They can deal with
That's me. That's me.
Barry and Iris. They can deal with all that.
Yeah.
They don't really care either way. That's
I can't deal with Caramel or Elicity that much. Elicity, I'm okay with. Like for sometimes Caramel, I can't deal with. It's weird to me. Barry,
it's weird because not the actors themselves, but the characters, Tara and Monel, just seem like they would be siblings. So that's why it's weird.
Kara and Barry, dude. That's something I would ship. Is Kara and Barry.
I've mentioned that so many times already to Dalen, and he's probably like, "Okay, I'm done with it."
No, I know. I already know both of you agree with that. So like, it's just fucking like.
But I just think that the side that doesn't care either way is bigger than either side. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
That's the biggest side. Not the ones that hate it, and not the ones that love it. I think it's the ones that don't care either way, and that's what's keeping you afloat.
Yeah.
That's really what it is, and they think because the ones that like love it so much are the ones that are talking to them more. They think that's the entire fan base, and in reality, it's the minority that's just being vocal.
They're just the loudest. They're the ones that are on their social medias.
It's like mainly the shit talkers and the lovers that are talking more.
Yeah. Both sides are pretty toxic.
It's always the least ignorant or the lowest base of the fans that are talking the loudest, because the other people are just like, I really don't care to get involved. I just want to watch a good show and whatever.
I just want to see Barry fight King Shark.
Yeah,
just do it.
Yeah, I want to see.
Killer.
Dude, what that Gorilla Grodd episode, with like the Gorilla Kingdom shit, that was one of the best episodes of all time, dude. Like of the Flash. I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. You know,
that was probably the most expensive episode too. Because all that was CGI.
Probably.
Barry only ran like once, didn't he?
Yeah, but you had a lot of gorillas in there. That was probably expensive.
Yeah, I think Barry ran like a few times. Like probably 3 max.
They were in jail most of the time. Like that was like they were,
yeah.
But you had Harry, being Grodd, and and that was just so fun because I'm like you could just like how diverse Henry Cavanaugh is with his fucking acting range is just phenomenal. That is one person I would love to fucking meet in real life.
He's such a actor.
That dude is amazing, dude. I fell in love with him since Scrubs, dude. Like when he was, because he's JD's brother in Scrubs, and he's just phenomenal, fucking through and through.
He played such a big idiot in Scrubs, though.
Yeah.
That was funny. Oh man, I enjoyed that in Scrubs, and it's funny now that you mention it because Zach Braff and him do look a little like.
They look a lot alike, and they are like really good siblings. Like you know, like they passed off as like a real brother relationship. It was great, dude, and like I don't know, that dude is just phenomenal. Zach Braff is phenomenal, but he's never gonna be on a CW show. I think he's really done with acting, dude. I think he's just more of a behind the scenes type of guy now. And
no, he's doing a TV show now.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's doing I think it's ABC or CBS that he's doing a TV show with. I forgot.
I gotta check it out. I gotta look it up. But
yeah, you'd probably like it because it's a TV show on him making a podcast.
Ooh. Interesting.
All right, let's go back to these DC TV shows because we've
gone off so many times. That's what we do. That's what we do, dude. Timone's show is fucking wild. We go crazy. We plan for something, and it ends up going crazy. I did you check out last week's Gotham episode. Like, we did really good for a while, but then and then people had to leave because people came over to my office. Like, I had 2 guests over, and I was like, dude, this is gonna be way better if we just do it on call, because then people had to leave, and then I had to like show people out of my house, and so it was kind of weird, but we went off topic like every once in a while, and it was fun, and because we had to touch on the whole fucking Jerome Jeremiah and just the whole Gotham thing in general, even though it hasn't ended yet. We did like that shit. It was just getting crazy. Like, I'm not gonna talk about it because we talked about all of that shit last week. But going back to Black Lightning, hopes and futures of that shit. It's not shit. I don't know why I said shit. That fantastic, awesome, artful masterpiece that CW has delivered us. We still have Tobias. Tobias is still a big threat, and we learn that the longer he takes the serum that keeps him alive, the stronger he gets. So he's like the fucking Rhino or like the Juggernaut or whatever. Like, the dude just keeps on getting stronger and stronger. Like, he's like that. I'm just saying that's his level of strength. Like, he's like Rhino level of strength as like just a regular human. So like, we have him as a threat. We still have like all these gangs, whatever, as a threat. Like, and I kind of like that. And like, we didn't end Black Lightning with him dealing with every single threat that happened, because there was a lot of shit that's going on. We still have Tattoo Man. Tattoo Man did not die in that explosion. That dude was going to keep coming back to life.
Yeah.
Like, so what do you guys think that's going on that's going to happen in this next season?
It's just gonna be like it's gonna be a super force team with Khalil, Tobias, and Tattoo Man, and then his assassin. Like, they're all just gonna be fighting, like coming up with crazy schemes, and they're gonna get more. They're gonna make more metahumans, because they already have this. They have everything to make metahumans now, since they took that briefcase. So they're gonna become stronger, and then they're gonna be able to take out Black Lightning. And I think that's when Jennifer is gonna join the team, and she's gonna become Lightning.
That's what I thought was in that briefcase, was a means to be able to take out metahumans, not a way to create them. But
no, it's a way to keep them stabilized, from what I remember.
Yeah.
And what else? Yeah, and then I'm guessing Static Shock show up at some point in season 2, and then to help them out, because they'll be overpowered and overrun.
Yeah, I really like they're doing villains right in this show. Like, everybody seems like they're threatening and terrifying. And when I like how they didn't fucking kidnap or whatever the guy that they needed his thumbprints or whatever to get that briefcase open. They just fucking killed him, take his thumbs, and fucking now you got his thumbs. You can open this shit up. Fucking, I love that shit, dude. They're like this show isn't fucking like, it's not cutting any corners, dude. They're not trying to like they're taking a lot of big risks that you don't normally see on CW, and I think it's paying off well.
Yeah, that's really good. And I'm kind of feeling that the dragon is gonna last as a 2-season villain. Hopefully, I want it to be like that, because from the way they're setting it up, they can't just have him like start taking over like mid-season and then just finish him off. I have a feeling it's gonna be Oliver failing like this season, and then he's gonna take him out next season.
Oh yeah, you really think so?
Yeah, because like taking them out mid-season, like, and especially after this great build-up and momentum that Diaz is having, like, I don't see a reason to take him out this season, like this far into the mid-season.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
What do you think, Jake?
What was that?
Like about Diaz? Like, do you think they should wait till next season to take him out, or like, do you think they should finish at the finale?
They're gonna finish at the finale.
All right, like, cause I want them.
there
I
is
want to wait
there
till
is
at least next season.
there is that CW effect where they just they like to stretch out a lot of the uninteresting arcs, and they like to just really fucking kick really fucking really speed through the fucking really the stuff that's really interesting. Like Barry being stuck in Flashpoint. Like I know you guys like we're really dealing with it a lot off season or whatever. Like in the show continuity, you guys were dealing with it for like months or whatever. But us as viewers, we only got to see it for an episode. You know, like there should have been a lot more. We should have been able to see a lot more of Wally being the Flash or whatever for a while, or for at least 2 episodes, or like or in Flashpoint, there should have been like maybe like 2.5 episodes of the Flashpoint universe, you know, instead of just like that, like 3/4 of the one episode or whatever, and then you know, there's that CW effect where they just do that shit where they do that stuff, and I don't see that happening with Black Lightning, dude. I see Black Lightning just being fucking solid through and through, but all of these shows have had a fantastic first season, so like that's just uh am I having wishful thinking, or do you guys see as much high hopes as I do?
I mean, I have a lot of high hopes for Black Lightning. Like I said, it this show started off very solid and it's still going. It's still pulling on pretty well. So I don't see any way of it faltering for next season. I could see it getting like minimum like probably like 5 season run.
I'm solid with that. I'm really solid with that. Actually, all these shows have had a fantastic first 2 seasons. Like Flash was kind of underwhelming. Like, oh, we're dealing with another speedster, but it was different. And then when they did it again with the fuck, what's his name?
Violet. Oh wait, someone else? What are you talking about?
When like all these shows had like Arrow season 1 and 2, fantastic. Flash season 1 and 2, fantastic. Supergirl 1 and 2, fantastic. Um, Legends season 1 and 2, fantastic. Black Lightning season 1, fucking boom, fucking hit, fucking probably one of the best first seasons we've had, and um, I was just saying I was talking about season 2 of Flash, how we had another speedster, and then season 3 they did it again, and I don't even remember that speedster's name, like, cause I
Talking
just,
about Violet Queen? Oh, are
huh?
you talking about Jay Garrick? Are you talking about Jay Garrick?
No, I'm talking about season 3.
Are you talking about Jesse Quick?
No, the villain.
Oh, you're talking. Wait, are you talking about Savitar?
Yeah, that's his name. Yeah, and like everybody was
Oh,
already done with that shit by then. So like
you mean Emo
season three
Barry?
of Flash was underwhelming, you know, and then
I thought it was
season three of Arrow was underwhelming. Uh, season 3 of Legends was fucking fantastic. Season 3 of Supergirl is fucking great. So you think CW's like learning what they're doing now, or making these shows better, or
Yeah, this many shows. I think they're realizing how to keep up the pacing for a show.
yeah,
Which after having like that many shows, um, like they've learned it with Legends. They've
yeah.
learned what's acceptable for that one. They've learned it for Supergirl, and with with Black Lightning, I don't see how they can fail if like since they already have it set up and it's properly done.
Yeah, Black Lightning. I can't see it failing at all. Like unless like they just do some I don't know, some shit. Like, cause this first season, like, I don't, man, dude, that's not a show you normally see on the CW. Like, I kind of love CW shows. Like, I think they're great. Like, and like you know but you know what you're looking for, or you know what you're you know what you're expecting when you watch a CW show. And this fucking Black Lightning was just like, oh my god, dude.
It reminds me of like season one of Arrow, but with slightly better acting and more morality.
Yeah, yeah. Like, like, and we have to thank season one of Arrow for just giving us all of this, dude. Because like, if it wasn't for Arrow being so fantastic, dude, like we wouldn't have any of this. Because like, I know Smallville was supposed to bring out an Aquaman whatever spinoff, but it never happened. And then you got
I'm actually grateful. I'm grateful for that.
I am too. I am too.
I think I saw a trailer. I think I saw a trailer for that. I don't know if it was just cut together, but it didn't really seem like. No, I think it was for like a pilot. They just never went along with it.
Yeah.
But it's like it was just so not what you would expect. It was just like some surfer dude who didn't know he was Aquaman. Obviously, they went with that, but
Oh really?
I don't know.
Oh, they went with like origin story Arthur Curry, but they made it like so weird.
Surfer dude. He was like some surfer guy or a lifeguard or something. And it just wasn't.
It's like white guy where he was like, yeah, bruh.
But then Arrow gave us a fucking a Flash spinoff, which turned out to be fantastic. And then from there, we got spinoff after spinoff, crossover after crossover, and it's been building into something that, which I still say, like this CW TV universe of DC can rival the fucking MCU, and I'm gonna fucking stand by my statement.
I remember the first time like they announced that they were gonna have Barry Allen on Arrow. I was um I don't remember if I knew or if I didn't know, but when I saw Barry on Arrow before he was Flash and everything,
Yeah,
I got so excited seeing him.
dude,
Grant
me
Gustin.
here. I was watching it with
Yeah.
my buddy. I was watching it with my buddy Beatty, and we were like, "Oh my god, dude! Like the Flash! It's the Flash, dude!" Like we're punching each other in the shoulder, like so excited, dude. Fucking like, it was like, oh my god, it was so exciting.
It
And
was just such a good moment. And then like that season 2 of Flash into like they got Supergirl on their season 1. Like that crossover was amazing.
yeah, so like I was so excited about Flash being on Arrow that I was all like, dude, he's gonna come back in the season finale of Flash, like, and he's gonna be the Flash, and he's gonna be like, oh, I'm here to help, you know. But that never happened, so I was kind of upset by that. But like
Yeah,
I
it
was like
happened.
so like I'm like he's gonna come back at the end of the season. He's gonna be the Flash, dude. I'll bet 80% of my stuff. I would have lost 80% of my stuff. If I can't.
I remember I read somewhere that like if the Flash show didn't work out, that he was gonna end up pulling on Arrow full time.
Yeah,
So just imagine how that would work.
that'd be
It would
weird.
just be like this. It
That
would
would
just
just
be
be
like
weird.
a green. It'd be like a Green Arrow Flash team up
That would just
thing.
be weird.
That would
That-
not work as that would not
I-
work that well as a dynamic. But in the comics, if you think about it, like there's a Green Arrow and Green Lantern team ups like in series.
Yeah.
So like they'll find a way to make it work if they are good.
I think they would.
In
I think
comics,
he
you
would
can
have
make
stuffed.
anything
I
work.
think he
'Cause
would
that
have.
shit's all batshit crazy. But in TV, dude, like I don't know, that would just be weird.
I think he would have suffered his character. Like he wouldn't have been out there all the time. He would have been like a backseat kind of thing, like a trainee.
Yeah.
He would have been depowered so much.
Yeah,
To
like,
put,
he would have
like-
been nerfed so bad, dude. Like when you have it in the Flash, like the whole first season of the Flash was about
And then you wouldn't get
was about
Cisco
Eobard
or
teaching him to
Caitlin.
explore the ranges of his powers to try to fucking get to the fucking very peak of like what he can do. You know, like
Yeah, and then like I said, if you think about it, you wouldn't get Cisco or Caitlyn, you wouldn't get no Harrison Wells, you wouldn't get Reverse Flash. We wouldn't get a lot of what we actually got.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing it didn't fail. But it's so hard. At that time, it was like so hard to fail because of how well uh, Arrow was made, and then they moved some of the writers that were great writers for Arrow into the Flash. So like the odds of failing were so slim.
Right on, right on. Yeah, they're all in the same studio somewhere in like Vancouver or whatever. Like they're just like all
Yeah,
like they all have
for
their own floors. Like there's like the Legends floor, there's the Arrow floor, the Flash floor, there's the Supergirl floor, and but it's all in like the same building or whatever.
yeah. With Riverdale, it's all like they're all like right there. That's why like the dude that like plays Khalil in Black Lightning can go back and play Chuck in Riverdale so fast.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, damn, dude. Like at first, I saw him with the dreads, and I was like, he didn't have dreads when he was in Riverdale.
He didn't have dreads when he was in Black Lightning either. That's when Jefferson's all like, "Oh, I like a new hairstyle," and then he's talking with Jennifer. He's all like, "Yeah, they did the shit with my. They did the experiment. My hair just grew really fast." You know, like
Yeah, I was just like, what the hell? Like, how do they put those fake extensions on him so fast?
yeah.
Oh, how do they make him stay? Because that dude was doing flips and everything.
Dude, it's a magic, dude. I could teach you some of the secrets of fucking wardrobe and makeup, or whatever, but it'll take a long time. It'll take a long time to talk about it for the last couple minutes that we're gonna do on this podcast too, because I know some of the secrets of stage makeup and prosthetics and some of that stuff because I work in that industry, but it's too much to talk about. You could easily just watch a YouTube video on it though, and learn a lot. And but man, so we're gonna close it up here. We've talked quite a bit about more than what we needed to, and CW, we love you. We're gonna give you hate or whatever. Sometimes it's only because we care and we want you to do better, and we because we're fans of you. We're fans of yours, and sometimes we feel we deserve better and we deserve more, but we still appreciate what you give us, and the content you deliver is great, and we would not be having this show and talking about this stuff if it wasn't for what you deliver us. So we thank you. And anything you guys like to say?
I agree with what you just said completely. Overall, I still appreciate it all. I do. I have my gripes. Obviously, I'm still holding a grudge for season 4 of Arrow and what they did. Because when you look at where it was in season 1 and where it is now, you can see a noticeable difference. I'm obviously still holding my grudge. So, but overall, I just, I appreciate it all. So, and he gave us Supergirl, which is the best one. And I don't know. Yeah.
All right. My turn, I guess.
Yeah.
Sorry for the clapping while you were talking,
That was
Galen.
hilarious. That was hilarious.
I agree with that so much, and especially that season 4 gripe, which I know you don't like to say what it is, but I'll say it because of that Olicity bullshit and killing off Laurel. Fuck that.
To propel the Olicity bullshit, by the way. We just want to throw that little tidbit in. Because she died propping him up.
Exactly.
I'm glad that you found Felicity. It's like, no, you're not.
That's all right because Oliver's not truly happy with her, anyways.
She's his consolation prize. I will hold on to that because they keep making a point. They keep making a point, just showing that Laurel is the one that got away.
Dude, they made that so much apparent in that fucking Vertigo trip episode.
You saw that emotion when he saw her. Yeah. He was like, I failed you, and he feels like he was never good enough for her, but he's fine to be with Felicity. What does that tell you? He would
Like
never
he's
tell me.
settling. He's
Yes, he's
settling for Felicity.
settled. He's settled. He was never good enough for Laura, which is true. He wasn't good enough. He didn't deserve her.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Obviously.
And he fucked up her life.
Yeah.
He did. He's the reasoning for a lot of what happened to her. All right. So now my ending because we just like went off again. All right. First off, CW, thank you for all the great things that you've done for us. Now, Arrow, thank you for like Oliver says in the episode before this one, going back to the basics. I wonder if that thing, like when you guys said that, going back to the basics, less of the bullshit and more of what people want to watch, which is the actual story unfolding. We're good with the Olicity stuff as long as it's minimal and doesn't take up.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Back up just a second.
He said back up.
I'm content with it. I ignore it mostly. I ignore it mostly. That's time to check my phone. Checking the group chats and stuff. That when those scenes come on, and I swear I block it out so much because I just don't care. I told you I am so detached from Felicity and the whole Felicity thing. It's just like it doesn't even exist in my head. So I'm content with it.
Content.
All right. For me.
Do it. We'll say it that way. He's content with it, but like I'm okay. I'll say instead of good, okay. We're okay with it. Like if it's on, it's but as long as it doesn't take up an entire scene that is like 15-20 minutes, which takes up a good chunk of an entire story.
See, like, I feel like if I was to go back and watch like season 3 and 4, or like now that I'm aware of like this huge fucking like controversy between like all this like Olicity whatever stuff, I'll probably notice it a lot more than I did when I was watching it just as a fan, whatever. That I didn't really care.
Me and Dalen are like super fans, so like we like watch this shit and like then we talk about it after each episode.
Well, yeah, I'm more like that now, but back then I didn't know many people that were watching it. I've only known you guys for like the past couple of years, and
it never bothered you though, like the whole thing. The thing is, it didn't bother me either. I just thought, well, okay, they're gonna put them together, whatever. Who cares? I just didn't really care what they're gonna do with that. It
with me, and then like season 4 just like just enhanced it so to the point where like I noticed it too. It became so noticeable, and like it became annoying. Like season 3, you were like, okay, I guess whatever.
Well, also at the end of season 3. She got annoying and she kept crying in every episode. Even my mother, who would be in her room on her phone the whole time watching Arrow, she would look up occasionally. Is she crying again? She would say that every time. Like, dang, why is she keep crying?
Like I said, in season 3, you were like, like it's getting there. But like season 4 is like when it was like full on noticeable and you were just like done with it. Which that's why I'm saying thank you, CW, for shipping that back, making Felicity more likable this season. You aren't making her, I don't want to say annoying, even though that is the correct term for a lot of people.
Even though the damage is done for some people as well.
For some people, the whole Laurel thing is fully damaged to me, even though they brought back Black Siren. It's an okay cancellation price, but you guys fucked up on that, and that will stay with me forever. And I'm sure they won't care, which is all right.
What did David Ramsey say? The guy that plays Diggle? He said the writers had no idea. They did not expect it was going to be this big a backlash. He said that. He said that at a con. He's like, they did not expect this at all.
Yeah, and people were legit like on fucking Guggenheim. They were on Guggenheim. They were on his Twitter. Like if they saw him at conventions, they would talk shit to him. Like I seen videos, people went crazy on him.
Dude, you know how bad it was.
It was bad. I
the writers room Twitter account used to live tweet with every episode. These shows, their Twitter accounts live tweet.
Yeah.
I remember the night they killed him. After the East Coast watched it, they tweeted out, "Guys, we know this is a really hard episode, but we appreciate all the strong reactions on both sides." So, and they got when the West Coast watched it, everyone knew by then, even when the West Coast
Yeah, 'cause
watched
it
it.
was
'Cause I
live
remember the day.
tweet. It was already live tweeted. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when I came in one of the chats because I got spoiled and I saw the gray said Laurel West. I was like, what? And I showed them in the chat. And he was like, whoa, no, they did not. And then, yeah, so I already knew, but that whole night, that they were getting so much backlash, like the whole night. I was like, wow, they really did this. And I
Yeah.
swear it took like a couple weeks later, but by the time, I think after the funeral episode passed, it was like a really high rated episode. But after that, people stopped watching it. And I
Yeah,
swear they kept getting
dropped.
so much kept getting so much hate that they stopped live tweeting episodes along with the episodes. On
It dropped
Twitter.
almost as much as Once Upon a Time dropped after Emma left.
Yeah. But they stopped live tweeting along with the episodes because they got so much backlash, I think. They just stopped
Because
interacting.
they knew they fucked up. Like, how do
They
you
were
give it-
good.
Oh,
They were like
Lord.
favoring tweets that say like, "Hey, we're still here supporting you guys. You know, ignore the haters." They were favoring all those tweets because you could tell because they were getting so much backlash. So they probably needed some people to say, "Hey, we still love you guys. Most of us, quote unquote, most of us are still here supporting you." I was like, I don't know about most of you.
I was so pissed. I was like, I legit stopped watching a few episodes, and then I picked back up again, and I was like, this season is shit. They better
You know what? You know
in
what?
season 5. They fucked up so bad with this.
I
Like,
watched the episode, and then I watched the funeral episode, and then I think I just kept tuning in and out of it, and it took me weeks after the finale to watch the last 3 episodes of the season because I just didn't even care. Like I don't even care anymore. I didn't watch. I was like 3 episodes behind, like 2 months after the finale. I just did not even care. And then I don't know, season 5 I was watching it on and off, but I would like be like 6 episodes behind and I have to catch up. I was just so indifferent towards it. I was like, I can't believe you guys just did. Because I was the type of person. You can ask my mother. I will stick with the show. I will ignore all its faults. I will still prop it up. But I could no longer defend that show at all. Like, I realized Once Upon a Time lost its quality, but I still stuck up with it. Always defended it. Same thing with like Pretty Little Liars.
And it's such a great season.
Yeah, but I'm just the type of person that will
do
never
Once
give.
Upon a Time when we do our CW stuff finale too, because I'm pretty sure that's going to end
Yeah.
around the same time. We'll do
Yeah, it most likely will.
and
Yeah. But yeah, I couldn't I couldn't defend it anymore. I was just like, you know what, I can't do this. I can't do it anymore. You guys messed up.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it. You guys messed up. So
And you know how I was like, if season 5 is not even like remotely good, I am done with this fucking show. I love Green Arrow. He's my number 1 guy. But fucking ruin him for another season. I am done.
I think
DCW.
I was getting to that
I am
point
done
too.
watching Arrow.
And then season 5 gave us fucking straight fire, dude. I was like, wow. And
Yeah. They knew they had to make up for that bullshit. They knew what they had to do, and they fucking brought the pen and they put it on the pad, and they fucking finally gave a decent season. And now it gave us season 6, which is actually much more enjoyable.
I was telling Luna that before I added her to our group chat. Like, I was like, oh, we're gonna I plan on having you on our show because like she was on my Gotham episode and she was awesome. So I was like, I was asking her, I'm like, what other shows do you watch or whatever? And she, like, and then I was like, oh, dude, I'm adding you to our group chat. And then she's like, but I'm totally behind on Arrow. Like, I stopped at season 4. And I'm like, no, go back. Season 5 and season 6 are really good. Like, you can.
Wait, why did she stop season 4 though?
I didn't ask. I didn't ask. Maybe because like
It's gonna be because of that Laurel listening bullshit. I I know it.
Probably.
I know it. Like I get.
It always circles back to season 4. It's just like every time they say some problem happened, it was they either say it's because of the season 4 bullcrap, or they'll go back to season 3. It's like as soon as he fell off that mountain, it went downhill. That was like the signal for the show going downhill. He'll fall off that mountain. But it's kind of true if you think about it. That's when the decline started. That's when Felicity started getting just a little bit.
On Olympus.
Yeah. So I don't know. Season 5, they picked it up a lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot. And I was like, they had no choice. I was like, because you could tell they had to do damage control. You could
Man,
tell
they-
how much they had to do. It's like, okay,
Going down,
I
and they
didn't-
realized they had to make better product.
obviously they knew that was going to be controversial. Obviously. But then it was like, they didn't expect how bad it was going to be. So obviously they had to do damage control. Brought in Dinah to try to fix it. Had Black Siren. Then they made her a regular. I remember that day. It just popped up in my memories the other day, like a couple weeks ago.
You actually told me like, oh yeah, she's gonna become a regular. I was like, fuck yeah.
I remember that. It was like, yeah. I was like, we won.
Up
Like,
with that. But at the same time, I was like, fuck yeah, but fuck them anyways.
And it was funny because like Stephen Amell tweeted a gif. He's like, welcome back. And he's like, it was a gif of Laurel putting on the black jacket. And then people were mad in his mentions. Because, you know, the Felicity fans like, no, she's supposed to be dead. She stayed dead or whatever. That was like, no, that was the greatest moment ever.
Oh, I gotta mention this. Our Felicity fans, they be taking shit too far. They like attack his wife and shit. Like they go crazy.
They do. They Photoshop Emily Bett's head over hers when they're out places with his daughter.
Wow.
It's like, you did not do that. Okay,
They are so disrespectful for fans. They are really disrespectful.
that goes way past the show. It's like you're in his, like, they feel like they comment on his marriage, like say he's not happy. It's like, how are you comment on his
I'm
man's
pretty
marriage?
sure he's
Just
a
like,
fucking happy
Child.
dude. Like,
Take a child with her.
I'm pretty sure Stephen Amell has like one of the best lives ever, dude. Fucking like I'm pretty sure he has a happy marriage, a fucking happy family. Fucking that
one
dude.
thing I will say,
That dude seems like one of the most humble motherfuckers on the planet, dude. Like,
one thing I will say, a lot of people get on him. A lot of people are hating on him right now. I don't see why. Like, they were mad at him during that whole Laurel thing. It's like, that wasn't his fault. Like, he obviously, you could tell he didn't like that decision. You can just tell when he talked about it. Like, he even said, it's like, you know, I hated to see that happen, but, you know,
It's what the writers.
in real life. Yeah, you could obviously tell that he wasn't a fan of it, but so I don't know why people were jumping on him. Like, he had no control over it.
Yeah, like he's not a writer. He's not in the studio making the decisions. Like,
yeah.
like a lot of people can't take away the character to the actor, and then the writers to the to the show.
Yeah,
And
dude's
then
not
the actors-
he's not the executive producer of the show, dude. Like, he doesn't fucking call the shots, dude. He gets handed a script and he says, okay. You know?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, some big time actors have say of what happens on the show. Some things, but he's not a CW.
No,
Guys, I find it funny that as soon as I start saying my goodbye, we just go off tangent and start ripping.
Did you ever finish it?
yeah, we are.
I didn't finish it.
We're, all right, guys. Check out my other show that I do with Nasser on Fridays called On the Road. We just rip on stuff. Also, check out some of the. He's doing comic reviews now. He's reviewing two of the worst comic books that's ever been written ever, and
I will
and-
as soon as he listens to both of these episodes because he said he wouldn't.
yeah,
So as soon as
he
he
wouldn't listen
supports
to the one.
these,
But
Alright,
oh my god,
This
no!
episode-
He posted this review and then I shared it, and then the writer of the comic kept me up all night, fucking crying to me, messaging me about like, really, this is blah blah blah. Like oh, he was like so upset. I'm like, dude,
wait,
like,
really?
the criticism that Nasser gave, I've heard worse criticism in a fucking high school art class, dude. Like, come on now, like this dude was really crying to me about the fucking review that Nasser did on this fucking book. That
How did he find it?
Huh?
Did you tag
I
him in it?
tagged him in it. Yeah, I tagged him
Why? Why would
because
you tag him?
Damn,
Why would you
damn.
tag him in
Not
it?
there on the mentions right now.
What
Hey, hey, first off,
what
first
was
off,
it though?
hold up. Nasser, if you hear this, fuck you. All right, okay, continue.
but
What comic was this
it's
that
called
you
Clarity
reviewed?
Girl. He's done 2 reviews because I this is the thing. Like, I met this dude at Comic Con last year, and he gave me Clarity Girl #2, and then for free. And then I've friended him on Facebook, and then I've bought a Clarity Girl Chibi special. Then I ran into him at Comic Con this year. He had a booth, and I bought the most recent Clarity Girl that he has because he rebooted it. It's Clarity Girl #1 or whatever. And dude, these are the worst fucking comics that I've ever fucking read in my life. And so I loaned them to Nasser because Nasser's also friends with him on Facebook, and he's always hating on this dude's artwork because the dude's a terrible artist. And
What?
but
Wait. So as a creator himself, he's going to
yeah, he
hate on
writes
other
and draws
creators.
it. He has a background artist, and he's got an editor. He's got all this stuff. He's got all these people on his credits, and like I've read the books myself. I think they're terrible, and so then I loaned them to Nasser when I ran into him at Comic Con, and then he's all like, "Oh my god, dude, these are the worst comic books I've ever read in my life," and I'm like, "I know, I told you, dude, they're terrible," and so then he decided to do a review on them, and he wants. And he keeps on wanting me to tag Chris in him because Chris has him blocked now because he keeps on fucking. He's just being Nasser, you know what Nasser does is just fucking.
Being an annoying troll.
Yeah, and so he keeps on wanting me to fucking participate, and I'm like, dude, I'll share the review, but if he happens to stroll, and that's all. He's like, no, tag Chris in it, and I'm all like, no, I'm not gonna. Fucking, you already hurt his feelings enough, dude. Like, I'm like. I'll share the review. That's as far as I'll go. Is I'll share the review.
Oh,
Well, you tell him to listen to both our episodes,
Yeah.
and then we'll talk about listening to his. How about that? That seems like
yeah,
a fair
and
trade.
No, I'm just
no,
saying
let's go.
I'm telling to the viewers too. Just check out that stuff, and or the listeners, because all you're watching is Dalen and Tonio's fucking things pop up, and you're seeing my background. I'm not.
You
But
guys,
there is one episode of On the Road where I'm scrolling. It's from 2 weeks ago, where I'm scrolling through all the pictures that I took at C2E2 with me and Jeremy, and so there's that. So if you want to see any of the pictures I took at C2E2, check out that episode of On the Road.
Chip,
Yeah.
is any of is this on your Nasser shit? Is it on your YouTube?
It's on his, but I can
On this?
I can post them on mine. I'm pretty sure he won't mind if I share them on my
Oh,
on my channel.
don't do it because listeners, I want you to listen to me
Yeah.
carefully. Follow these instructions like to the T.
Yeah.
All right, make sure to give Nasser Babadi give his YouTube videos a thumbs down and unsubscribe.
And unsubscribe. We're business partners, man.
All right, so just Nasser Babadi, and then give all those likes and subscribes to Timone.
All right.
The Timone Show. And also follow him on Twitter, but don't follow Nasser on Twitter. If you do, unfollow him. Save you some time in it. All right, cool.
Yeah, this I like having you guys on my show because after I upload, you guys really help to fucking bring help to promote it, and no other guest does that. And I had a professional comic book artist guest on my show. He's out in England, Mark Ducrow. We did an all things Spider-Man episode, and he didn't do shit. I figured he would have done some promotion for it too, because he did he plugged some of his own stuff on there, So I figured he would have done some stuff to even like help bring the show out. But you guys are really fucking awesome. You guys are like really go out of your way to help me out, and it's really fun to have you guys on.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
plus we were the smartest ones talking about Arrowverse because we know this, so we were
for sure.
watching it from the beginning, and we know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like GA #1 for me. Like, like I understand why people hate on it. Sorry, like hate on the fact that we want less publicity. Like
Yeah,
it's supposed to be that way. And also, I used to be a social media advisor. So and also social media um platform editor. So it's something I'm used to doing. Like it's how you get ahead. You promote your shit.
yep.
Yeah, you guys teach me about what I could be doing like way more of, and like really help me out. I've gotten some good advice from Brian Anthony Smith too. He's helped me out a lot. And
Yeah, I'm not the best at promoting. Actually, I'm terrible, but I know things that can get it out
you
there.
help you
You gotta
share
utilize.
you share it, dude. You fucking add extra tags that I might have missed, dude. You're awesome, dude. You help me
Oh
out.
yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. And I was able to get Gail Simone to share to retweet the last one, so that was awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
that was really
awesome.
cool.
Yeah, shouts out to Gail Simone,
Yeah.
Yeah.
awesome comic book writer, like amazing. If you guys don't know, she did Birds of Prey. She's done Justice League,
Wonder
all of
Woman.
which she has, and Wonder Woman, yeah, and all of which she's had amazing artists like do
Yeah.
work for her. It's like if you ever get a chance to read any Gail Simone, or like if you haven't, I recommend it because she is amazing, wonderful writer, like I said. And then she's also doing some cool indie stuff too right now. I forgot the names of the comic books, but I've read first issues of them, and they they were really good too.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Fucking that, and that's all I ever want to do in this world is I want to live in a world where we all just help each other out, help promote each other's stuff. Even though she's got it covered, you're still over there
Oh yeah,
like
for
plugging
sure.
her stuff, dude, like, and that's what I'm talking about, like, and like, man, that's I'll be that like, how hard is it just to support one another, or whatever, like, just like to just just have each other's back and just do some stuff or whatever. I know we just hated. I just like was just like ranting or was talking about a review of Nasser hating on some shit, but it's not necessarily hating. It's just common criticism that you'll hear all the time. And this dude got mad that someone didn't like his book, and like he got instead of learning and growing from it, then he messaged me the next morning. He's like, I'm just
Cut
gonna
all of
forget
it.
all this happened. And then I responded, I'm all, well, yeah,
Oh shit!
that's a good way to learn, or that's a good way to fucking gain experience or whatever, like
Sorry.
just forget everything, and yeah,
Why is this happening?
don't try to be better. But um and then and
Okay.
if there are people hating on you, and if you feel it's coming from a legit fucking source or reason or whatever, then just learn and grow from it and just be better, dude. That's all we can just like strive to do, is just be better
I,
versions of ourselves than we were yesterday. And man, keep growing, keep listening to the show, keep having fun, like and subscribe, comment, have a good time. We'll check you out next week. I have no idea what we're gonna be doing next week, but it's gonna be fun. It always is. And yeah, man. Uh, take care. See you next week.